Hello and welcome to the Chill Zone, the Chill Stream. Okay, shush. I freaking J-pop autoplay. Anyway, hello. How are you doing? My name is Soapy Double House, Houseboat, Soap, Soap House. I totally was not paying attention until just now. And hello, Ghost Cat. How are you doing? How's things with you? I hope things are good. I had some problems with Steam and not doing the thing that I wanted it to do, so was a bitch. Anyway, let's just jump into it. I'm gonna be playing a new game called Death and Taxes. Hopefully that changed in the thingamabobble. Alright. Sorry, I've been studying and I just registered my kid. Oh, nice. What are you studying? And congrats on hopefully some, downtime when your kid is in school, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know too much about gameplay, but otherwise we're just gonna get in. I'm sorry, Oh. Lemons? Lemon? Okay. Lots of lemons. What is happening? Okay, he's doing spells. The Green Reaper. Ooh, spooky. Oh, fancy. I like an all-black ensemble, Working hard or hardly working? Barely working. Hello, Bandana 345. Bandana. Hello. Begin the bureaucratic afterlife. Okay, yeah, I guess. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Finally, the new spawn has awoken.
Hang on, I'm just adjusting my mic. Sorry about that.
What a momentous day.
Yes.
I am honored to welcome you into our world. Spawn... hang on.
Yes.
Spawn number 4-1.
Okay, talk a bit faster. Oh yeah? What am I?
You are the Grim.
Pretty
Welcome
cool.
to your new job.
Cool.
I know what you are thinking. And
Yep.
As it is your first day, try to get to know the system.
Will I
And
get paid?
Most certainly. The contract
Okay.
marking profiles correctly is the most important. Errors in secondary tasks will remember. The fate of the world lies
Right, cool.
We keep humans from falling off. We establish the equilibrium.
Why me?
Because someone has to. One more thing. This will be your 1
Okay.
week to show us what you are made of.
Okay, this guy speaks too slowly. I can't could pick up the pace maybe. I don't know. Oh, I have a phone at least. Good for procrastinating and scrolling to Cocker. It's cause marker of death. Better pick it up and start marking some flies. Well, Sports Corner, Cosmopolis hosting the basketball season final match. Tune in or cheer from the arena home crowd. Better pick it up. Oh. Welcome, Grim. Here are the files on humans who are in life-threatening situations within your domain. I'm granting you time to settle in, so no difficult rules and requests as of today. Quota for the day one human has to die. Send me the files by fax after you have made your decision. Good luck on the first day. Oh, open on weekends. Nice. Alright, okay. Let's just put that there. Just put those there. Gillian Van Dulken. Age 50. Some say they're a Mother Earth reborn, some say they're a fairy tale princess. But whatever the truth, Gillian is a zookeeper who gets along fabulously with animals. Birds sing when they're near and talk around the town, says no plant has ever died in Gillian's house. Ossip von Baraday. Ossip, who started off as a student of sociology, is currently on the path of becoming the highest scoring power forward in local college basketball history. I'm sorry, someone has to die? Like, am I supposed to care? Am I just gonna be, this choice? Yeah, don't ask me again. I'm gonna confirm my choices, okay? Yes, you die. You live, alright? Yes. Alright, we're good. We're done. The Grim Office. Oh. Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium. What?
Whoa, customer! Welcome to Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium.
Uh-huh.
As you may guess, I am Mortimer. The Mortimer.
Ah.
The one you may have heard of. The famous, nay, infamous Quartermaster.
Alright, dude, thank you. Have a good time.
Why, I was the very pirate king of lore, feared across the world.
You're
Even
really
as I've
soft.
grown most humble with age,
Uh-huh.
I still carry within me glory days.
Ah. Can I buy stuff here?
Aye, ye are visiting me ultimate dream, the Emporium. Browse at your will.
I have no money, but let's have a look. Ephemeral mortality, a coin, the thing that usually makes up the largest portion of any buried treasure. Threnody to desolation. Peculiar flecks twirl disquietingly inside this glass globe, never settling. In the middle of the storm stands a figure too difficult to discern. Everything seems to be in a state of constant transfiguration. What? The Eye of Anpu? Anpu, god of the dead, mummification, embalming, the afterlife, cemeteries, and tombs, and the protector of the underworld. This hound really gets around and grants you a stunning canine visage. Okay, back. Can I not go? I guess I can't really go anywhere. Can I need what? How? Oh, I guess I go to the office.
Oh, the new death spawn. Welcome. How was your first day?
Hey, Fate, could you just like speak faster? Just
Good. I understand.
Yeah.
Remember,
lies on the line.
I see
exactly
one
one.
person perished today.
The
As tasked.
indeed.
Indeed. I am glad you are. Such is
It's
the
unfortunate.
indisputable.
You are the
to
mark
the afterwards.
The words, any
you
specific
sacrifice. A
new
new
day.
day awaits.
Okay, you talk
You
way
go.
too slow. This is my Oh, I got 300 gold. That's me. I guess I can go back. And we're going back to work. I guess I go to... Shiny. Crow News. Polar bear at local zoo dies. Many speculate it died from grief. Sports Corner. Promising basketball player seriously injures knee in an on-court collision. Science in-depth overview of the merits of nuclear power. Team of ragtag oil drillers sent to outer space to counter imminent asteroid impact threat. Are we seeing the start of an apocalypse, or is it just climate change? Maybe it'll stop making noise if I put it in my drawers? Okay. Oh. Okay, shush. Alright. Okay. Morning Grim, I hope you found your accommodations adequate. Here are the rules of the day, follow them and you'll be okay. I am handing you another simple task. One human with engineering or industrial background has to die. Engineering or industrial. Okay. Engineering or industrial. Victor Yashin. Victor graduated top their class, made fast climb on career ladder, becoming chief safety inspector of a local nuclear plant. Already spotted several mistakes, possibly preventing many accidents. Bruno is an infamously gruff drilling expert who has been working deep-sea oil rigs for countless years. They have tense relationship with their offspring, yet have lately been attempting to reconnect and make things work. Heath Omdal. Alright, thank you, Ghost Cat. Thank you. Heath lived in a small village for a long time. After the death of their trusty dog, they moved to the big city to pursue the app scene. So far, they've made a ton of useless apps, but perhaps number 98 will finally be successful. Yeah, no. What did you get ourselves into? Why though? Do not go gentle into that good night. Hang on. Engineering or industrial? I mean, unfortunately, you have to live. Hello, Salemba. Welcome. I'm killing people today. Alright. Right. Yes. How are things with you? Well, going up. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this because I can read faster.
Good.
Good.
So, did you follow the rules properly?
I did.
Great. Continue. The
Continue.
good work, and do not let tough.
Sounds great.
Indeed. Rest well.
Thank you. The cat purrs softly. Go to the shops, spend money. Do I have enough money to spend? Well, I guess I got 600, don't know, right?
Jolly Roger! Again ye honor me, tiny abode.
I do. Ah, the visage with... Ah, my mouth hurts! Ow! I don't know what's going on. My lips feel weird. The visage is in equal parts bold, gruff, smooth, and cool. Straight from the old days when expensive advertising told me smoking was cool. This resonator collates accelerated electromagnetic waves of various frequencies generated by the artificial vibration of eternal recurrence, which travel through the ether and then blast them at you. Cactus, the most brutal of plants. Oh, cactus. I guess I'll get this. More expensive, more good. Yeah.
Share me timbers. 'Tis a tale most sordid.
Oh, is it?
I dare not even recall the details.
Yeah?
But since ye wish to hear it, I shall tell it forthwith.
Okay.
There I was, scouting some rickety office building downtown. and I saw this in an elevator.
Oh.
Went in, tore it out, and made a run for it. The device has immense power.
Mm-hmm.
Ye turn the knob, and infinite pleasant noises come from it.
Oh, nice.
Some might even call it music.
Oh, man. Crazy idea, I know. Such a crazy... Oh. Alright, well, I can't take that, so I guess we're gonna go to bed. And we're going back down. Okay, hang on. Tech Bros, private developer revolutionizes Hansogram. Finally a filter to remove my face completely from photos. Crow News, team of astronauts sent to detonate asteroid threat valiantly give lives to complete mission. Science Today, Astrophysicists Union pays tribute to fallen working class heroes. Alright, the rules. Morning Grim, a new day dawns. You ought to know the drill by now, but just in case, here's another simple one. No requests today, try to follow the rules and choose the appropriate profiles, and send them to me by fax. Quote of the day, 2 have to die. Alright, 2, huh? Okay. Why is this coin? I guess I just have coins? Alright, 2 have to die, huh? Alright, let's have a look. You, and you. Mike Jordan, 73, retired. Mike loves... Thank you for the host. Salemba, thank you. Mike loves bird watching and nature, although they and their spouse live in the middle of the city. They've written 6 books about birds. They're still in good shape and go to dancing classes twice a week. You old as hell though, so you're potential. Mike Vidok, 22, conscript. All Martin wants to do in life is to be creative, but harsh reality has forced them against their will into a situation they have no control of. Until they return from military service, that is. I mean, you could, you know... What? Who? You know, could maybe accident in the army? Maybe? Okay, maybe. Alright, let's look at everybody else. Airplane pilot, Columba Hunter. Columba is a distinguished war veteran, these days working as a well-regarded passenger airplane pilot. They're happily married, have 5 children. As a hobby, Columba is extremely interested in the history of religious buildings. Okay, Columba gets to live, okay? Leo Boyarsky, 67, politician. Leo has been in politics for over 40 years. And in that time, they've worked hard on relaxing the government's meddling in the real estate market. Although nobody's found proper proof, there have been rumors that Leo has taken many bribes from a number of realtor agencies. Alright, another potential. He's kind of old as well. We're just balancing it out, really. Eli Logan. Grave robber. Man, that's a face of a smarmy man. When people started burying their loved ones together with their valuables, Eli started digging. The belief that possessions could somehow be taken to the afterlife seems very silly to Eli. They call themselves a tomb diver. Okay. Out of all of them, I don't even care what they do unless they're like super dangerous. Actually, in terms of risk, right? He's highest risk of dying because he's oldest. And, you know, fair enough, he's got great bird watching life. Whatever. He's got like a realtor agency bribe shit going on as a politician. Makes him like an easy target, really. Like Eli Logan, he's a grave robber, for sure, but nobody's gonna get him unless he accidentally falls in. And deado. Let's do this. You die. You die. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Alright, okay. Okay. Yep. Alright. I've made my choice. Hang on. Give me a second. What is this? Okay. Yeah. Alright, okay. We go up. Let's have a look. Sorry about that.
My latest spawn.
3
days you have been with us.
Fine, more or less.
One has to focus on their tasks and avoid needless emotion.
Okay.
Now, let me take a... Right. Everything looks... There really is not much else to say.
Thanks.
You may leave. See you tomorrow.
Alright, let's go down real quick. Cause why not?
Prepare for a perilous adventure on the ocean of quality merchandising.
I will. The Infernal Illuminator reveals that which is most deeply hidden once you've already made the choices and are passing through again, else it can't show much anything because that's how it works, okay? Okay. Alright, fine.
Smokes are deadly, you know.
I know.
A curse fouler than any I ever met. Not to me wildest dreams could I rob so many lives.
Oh man.
'Tis gazing down the length of an infinite tobacco stick, inching ever closer to the end. An ancient shaman.
Oh, hi, Arya.
This pack after I rescued their child from the.
How are you
Tiger.
doing?
Guess they weren't pleased with me good deed. Assume this visage and forever be reminded of the mortality of all.
Sweet. Nice. Alright. How are you doing, Arya? I need a mirror for— damn it! I need a mirror! Fine, whatever. So I can't use it unless I get a mirror. Fair enough. Okay. Let's, Alright, what's the news? Crow News. All survived in a plane crash due to the skillful efforts of a pilot. Crow News. Local politician dead after being struck by a car. Police have not yet ruled out a deliberate hit. I'm good. Just trying to force a nap so I'm completely shot tomorrow. I have to go to a ball. I'm gonna have a friend join me tonight because we might be too drunk to drive. I see. A designated driver. I hope. Crow News. Grave robber found dead with a bite mark on their neck. Spooky. Culture Mag. Crypt of Decay announced new concert tour to Walmart and beyond. Crow News. Today's report. Construction flaws being hidden, a troubling trend on the rise. Okay. Okay. Grim, have you looked outside today? It rains. It's been raining for hours. Appropriate to accompany the despondent within me. Well, here are some rules. 3. Alright. 3 boys have to eat the dust. Alright. Out of... Alright, let's have a look. Temple Gestalt, 43, military consultant. Consulting contractor, as is often said in their resume. Temple is basically a coup master. Whenever a country needs couping, for whatever imperialistic reasons, Temple is ready to be sent in to provide necessary support, intel, and logistics for any coup. They're always happy to work with the highest bidder. Okay, I'm putting him at max for now. This is my, like, to die, because, you know, that kind of thing, if you're working for multiple different people with the coups, you know, you could make some enemies, you never know. Ethel Stone, 64, retired. Ethel has been happily married for nearly 40 years, extramarital affairs notwithstanding. Okay. They consider being a grandparent their most important role yet. They try to be cool, but have trouble understanding why some of their grandchildren aren't allowed to eat meat or peanut butter sandwiches. Graham, I'm watching you. You should mark this profile to live. Oh, Okay. I guess you live. Okay. Frankie Alves, tour manager. Frankie is tour manager for an extreme metal band from the outskirts of Cosmopolis City. So far, they've organized 3 concert tours across the sea and 2 around Walmart, all of which have been cancelled midway through, mostly due to the capriciousness of the singer. Okay, you're less likely to die. It's fine. Krista Sind, 50, real estate agent. Krista has worked in real estate for 20 years. Got a nice house, still sell it. Got a crooked house, still sell that too, even fetch a higher price. Some deficiencies must be concealed, of course, but money is money, right? Yeah, you're hella being dead, I guess. Talia Al-Farsi, 64, president. Talia is current president of Formosa, recently elected after years of working as a professor of economic theory. They are known for being critical of exploitative structures and pushing more wealth equality. They have 3 kids and 8 grandchildren. Alright, fine. You know what? Live. Alright. Die. Oh wait, was I supposed to kill the you're old. Oh, okay. Whatever. Yeah, I guess. Laying on a damp blanket. That's not healthy.
Grim. So, I have no choice but to hand out a rep. I do not fully understand.
Okay.
I am quite busy tonight.
Alright, whatever. I don't care. I forgot.
Grim.
It was I forgot it was 3, not 2. Oh well. For Grim. Good, you are paying attention after all. We cannot allow doses to work off or become complacent, else mistakes may sneak into the workflow. Spare any humans with science background. Okay. Formosan economy gradually improving after critical economic reforms. Click here, Talia Al-Farsi re-election campaign video. Crypt of Decay finally blasts across Walmart and Carthenia with a stunning series of concerts. Crowds amazed. Attempted coup fails at Gulstad. Democratic institutions restored. Real estate legend Krista Sin crushed after house collapse during a sale. Client managed to escape. Yeah, you're making a difference. Don't worry about it. 2 humans have to die. Anybody with science. Okay. Nisha Basra. Researching the genetical combining of plants and animals in addition to mammals capable of photosynthesis and sunflowers with ears. Also dream of a pet hedgehog with an actual head instead of spines. Research has been costly, but they believe it's for the greater good. Their colleagues are on high alert. Well, you're in science, so I can't do nothing. When the adolescent Henry poked a fellow student with a pen, they realized from that moment onwards that their best friend will only be found on pages of books, as these friends cannot be directly poked with pens. Okay. Darius de Avanti. Darius really messed up at their grocery store security job, which is why they now guard a hill of dirt at a construction site. At night, they keep hearing odd sounds and seeing bizarre visions, but no one believes them. To avoid getting fired, they've decided to keep quiet about the strange things in the night. Okay. A sharp mind and quick wit have served Fiona well. They are math experts in popular science show, making maths cool and hoping no one notices their extensive tax fraud endeavors. I can't talk today. There's something wrong with my tongue. I mean, she's in a science show. I don't know how well that works. Michael Land. Michael was a musical prodigy since age 4, being able to pick up any instrument with little to no effort. Recently, they've been working at Fine Arts Studio, composing some of the most haunting musical pieces for a number of soundtracks, mostly for computer games. Saori manages a big software development project at Glamazon. Although they have zero idea how software development works, their uncle, the CEO, sees a bright future ahead of them. So these are sort of related to science, I'm assuming. I'm gonna keep them here. Of the 3 I don't care about, who do I not care about? You will die. You will die. You will live. You will live. You will live. You will live. Alright, we're good. Okay. That's my job. Alright, up we go.
What a day, Grim.
Okay.
Good. Anyway,
Okay.
Grim, 5 days you have been with us. How does it feel to make the difference?
Job. Going to enjoy it.
I told you one would get used to it.
Yep.
At least. But
Yep. Think of the humans.
Do you think our office is the appropriate way to deal with
Not
it?
really. Is there another way?
No, never mind. I have not found a way around the tradition.
Okay.
This control over all the lives, unbeknownst to the humans. Do you not consider it unethical to make the choices you make?
But you hand out the rules and make me do the choices.
True enough. The office is
Yep.
perennial and venerated.
Yep.
Eons we have spent designing the appropriate methods and strategies. We know what we are doing.
Alright.
I do apologize for taking up so much of your time. Before you go...
Alright.
Not at all.
Don't they all influence the worlds?
In all and in none. Yeah, humans have some free will, sure. The life-threatening situation...
I'm
then
reading
there
this
are
much
highly
faster because I
complex
kind of want to get into the
anything
gameplay.
else. The children.
Yeah.
They are countless. Infinite.
Really?
Close enough.
Oh,
Anything
okay.
else? Absolutely. Even plants.
Do not
Yes,
ask about
there
the
is a
plant
department for plants. Do not ask about anything else.
unliving.
Technically, kind of, I guess. Ruins are like a type... I must ponder. Anything else? An astute Our office does not operate on information about minimal. Everyone you assess is simply human. The bottom line is anything else? Right. It is
Alright.
enlightening.
Yeah, so now I'm
And
gonna
we do
expect some buildings to pop up. I'll have to, like, kill off some buildings.
Have ye seen such deals before? It's he who plunders me.
Shut up so I can look at this. A looking glass, gazing ultimately deep into the abyssal depths of the underworld. But yes.
'Tis wondrous marvel.
Uh-huh.
Once upon me and me crew sailed the southern seas and plundered the lot of it, built the frame from beauty,
Yep.
covered it and all. Aye. a
Thank
proper
you.
beauty.
A pair of sleek modern glasses. Alright,
We
fine.
don't really plunder educational or ye can't rob the ideas. So where did I once? They belong to our so he made me an offer. 'Tis be a powerful. How'd ye think I got a hold of
Okay,
this shop?
alright, okay. Whatever. Spent a lot of money. Let's go. Oh.
Knock, knock.
Hello?
That's exactly the question, ain't it?
What are you?
We are the exalted Chimera, envied by all the blind, arrogant fools.
I'm sorry,
We
Chimera?
are Angst Ex Nihilo. We are Elan Vital. We are death. How does it feel?
Feels fine.
Not a cloud. happy seeing you, Rita. It's a grim world out there.
Oh. What? Huh? What is this? What the hell? Are you okay? Golden. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my regular head, which was ghostly. Street punk lit. Business, just another job. Destiny, pop punk. Lit. Yeah, okay, we're good. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Curious Grim. Hello, Grim. Morning, Grim. We seem to be on the precipice of dark times. I may have warned you that this job can have some harsh moments. Today is that day. Oh my god, that's a lot. 6 humans. 3 humans age 35 younger have to die. Spare anybody with a medical background. Okay. Let's have a read at the news. Miniature fast-breeding hedgehogs with poisonous spines are eating everything. Critic dies from blood poisoning after accidentally stabbing themselves with pen. Album of Month Review. Michael Land's The Orchard had stunning display of haunting harmony. Homelessness is a moral nightmare and a failure of society. Oh, you know, cause why not? Still got a coin. Alright, so... let's put that there. Alright, okay. Pediatrician. No, we're gonna put it. Wait, yeah, okay, we gotta read her stuff. Zola Oyi Omiata. Okay. I'm so unsure about how to pronounce these names. Zola specializes in child abuse pediatrics and is able to determine signs of abuse from a very subtle signs. They've had a key role in saving countless children from dangerous environments. Alright, you get to live. Hello, hi, how you doing? I'm killing people today. How's things with you? Giovanni Collier, office drone. Giovanni didn't expect to spend as much time with printer scanner copier as they do. It's old, slow, and unreliable. They dream of one day destroying the printer scanner copier with a baseball bat. Meanwhile, they've set up a penny skimming program inside their company computer network. Maybe one day when he does, like, destroy. Oh, you finally got animated emotes. Nice. Congrats. Mie Watanabe. Mia was recently appointed into the urban planning department, something they've been aiming for a while. Turns out they're colluding with a number of real estate friends in order to profit off city redevelopment, receiving kickbacks on many construction and housing deals. Okay, I'm not sure. Lucien has been teaching undergrads for nearly 30 years. They are well known for their welcoming demeanor, yet whispers travel about shady, inappropriate deeds with... oh my god, okay, fine. Right. Okay, which... oh, nice. That's good. That looks good. Emiko Iwauka. Emiko worked hard their whole life, but when retirement knocked, they switched to full fun and games mode. These days, they spend more time taking care of their garden, but most of their time playing team-based... okay. Alright, cool. I mean, hey, you do you, you know? Alright, this is a middle, because she's kind of old. Pavani War. Pavani, an avid reader and student of art history, comes from a rough background, grew up in a very poor community, pulled their meager... alright. That's kind of a less... more here, I guess. Michael St. James. Michael is a lover of pizza, especially those with pineapple toppings, as it should be. They attempted to become a millionaire at age 30, ended up homeless instead, did not lose their love for writing poems and pineapple pizza. And you are... okay, so you are... Well, that's made my thing very easy. Cause this is medical. If I'm not wrong. Well, you're gonna die. 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 You die too. You get to live. And you live as well. This is fine. I just got the achievement. This is fine. I still haven't given you that picture for the emote idea I had. I haven't sketched it out yet.
Ah, Grim.
Yes.
It looks to be a rough. Yet you seem to have performed.
There was a lot to do, but I worked it all out.
Good, good. We have. Let us hope these days do not continue. Any idea what happened?
Maybe it was an industrial accident, it's not toxic.
Interesting. Off you go now, Grim.
Alright, okay. No rush. Yeah, I know. I'm just... You know... Ooh, ooh! Hey, Gus. Hi,
What do you want?
I'm Grim41, what's up?
Fresh-faced lemonhead. Exactly what I wanted to see today.
Hey now, Gus, play nice.
Well, seems I'm stuck with you now. You wanna Sorry, they're hella cool.
Why,
Hella cool.
Thank you.
Ah, shucks. You're the I'm the janitor. I clean up the damn mess you make. Ever looked in the mirror or thought about the clock? Where do you think the drink goes? None of you have a stomach. Anything you consume falls through the rib cage. Yeah, you reapers hardly ever do. Or could be at least a little more considerate. Gee, thanks. Something else you... Simple. I float around and I... Like dust, for example. One dust particle at a time. Or the drinks. You could use a bit of modern... As if the highest management ever gave any thought to us lowly drones. We're all nameless custodians and spawns to them. Literally.
Okay.
Something else you... What's that supposed to mean? Why does everyone think ghosts are dead humans?
Yeah.
Maybe folk... No! Oh, ghosts aren't mere residue. I am the ghost of a ghost.
Hang on, you were a ghost and then you died?
Yeah, pretty much.
How's that
What
work?
do you think? I ghosted around a long while, doing my ghost business, and then one day, I died.
Imagine that when you die, you become a ghost, and then you do your ghosty things, and then you die and you become a ghost, and then you do your ghosty things, and then you die and you become a ghost, and then you do your ghosty things, and then you die and you become a ghost, and then you do your... Where does it end? Where does this cycle end?
I know what you're thinking now, and yeah, there is a ghost department. Not too busy over at Geisthall, though. Ghosts don't die that often. Comes with the territory. Something... Yeah, I gotta get back to work anyway.
How do ghosts die? They just die. That's it. You know, that's the... You know, they do their ghosty things and then they die and they become a ghost, you know? Just like, you know, reincarnation.
Whoa, hello there. I'm Sari, and I welcome you to Cerberus's Den, the finest drinking establishment this side of the void.
Alright.
Sure as heck haven't seen you before. You must be brand new. And you just dapper like the River Acheron. The outfit screams vintage. So, how are you liking existence thus far?
Lots of tedious paperwork so far.
Oh, don't I know it? Administrative bureaucracy just can't be escaped. But hey, that's why you figure... Okay, newbie, before we continue, I got this. All you gotta do is answer a series of questions, and I'll craft a personalized drink in...
I love
Right,
quizzes.
the gist. I'll describe some sort of an odd situation.
Okay.
There we go. You get to cook for a group of friends, but are lacking some very important ingredients, without which your meal will hardly be a masterpiece.
Okay, the music... The music is too loud. Continue.
From what little you can scrounge together,
Okay,
which will
the
make
music's
best
much more
topping for a
tolerable.
pizza?
onions, especially if I get to shed a tear. Pineapple, 110% always and forever. Come on, you know it's pineapple. The only choice is pineapple. Stop lying to yourself. You think you get an option other than pineapple? Pepperoni, the boring option. I mean, come on, you know it's
Time for
pineapple.
question number 2. You and a friend are valiant but poor warriors. You both venture out to slay a mighty dragon. It's a fierce battle.
Yeah.
At the end, your friend thinks he slew the dragon, while in actuality, you did. When asked, what will you do?
Surely the reward can be shared by all.
Next up, question 3. You behold 2 doors.
Yeah.
One planed and old, the other forged of gold.
Mm-hmm.
The old one seems to imply disgrace and shame. The golden door cries of nobility and grandeur. It's up to your brave soul to make the first choice. Which door will you enter?
Doors are for dimwits. I'll break the window and jump out.
Alright, final stretch. After being tasked with creating a computer game about dating monstrous eldritch gods, you've come up with several characters. Which of the possible god beings is clearly the hottest and most dateable of the lot?
Oh, okay. Nipurath, mostly abs but with gorgeous blonde mane. As a Thoth, the blind idiot god, at least they're fuzzy. Ugo Slatha, the grotesque tree with a warm heart. Yui Flex, one arm, eternal flexing. Nameless Misty, ethereal beauty, if a bit translucent. And Wolfram, half wolf, half ran, half tank. I think I'm gonna have to go with Nameless Misty.
We got it. Let me just calculate the results. We'll take a
Alright.
minute.
Hello, Velvet. How are you doing?
Combative.
Hello, Suki.
Antagonistic. Despotic tendencies. Let's go for 4 centiliters cinnamon whiskey, 2 deciliters apple juice, and 1 whole lime properly squeezed. Next up, a splash of hot sauce and a splash of lime soda with a side garnish of cinnamon.
I have no idea what this is.
Quiz tells no lie. I think I'll call it Armageddon Punch.
Okay. I'm looking and still working.
First one's on
No
the
problem.
house.
Goose Buzz. The drink, it burns, the fierce and energetic taste of 1,000 suns exploding, wiping out countless civilizations in their decaying breath. Space-time warps in on itself, brutally folding dimensions down into a singularity that ignites under the unfathomable pressure. It's almost a death-changing experience. Reasonably yummy.
Heckin' understatement of the century! Now what else can I get you?
What's your take on the janitor?
Chatting to our spooky one, eh? Don't mind the grump, it's a ghost thing. Gus especially has
Oh,
a
hey,
pretty dang
Suki.
irascible
Hi.
nature, but there's a layer of performance to it. In truth, they've been hella helpful around the den throughout the ages, and I'm grateful for that.
Hell yeah.
Besides, the office itself couldn't operate without Gus and company. What else
Yeah.
you got in mind?
Who else works in the office?
Heck, were I able to count and name all the folks? You likely haven't fully realized the size of this place. You've got you Reapers in all the myriad departments, the Custodian Legion, the weariless data grinders of the Calculatorium, the Abysmal Archive with its archivists. Cadaver Resources, they're just plain odd, but someone's got to deal with the internal issues. Middle Management, nobody knows what they actually do. Higher Management, but they don't visit us. Basically ever. Same with Fate. Many of the regular workers come by the den though, so keep your eyes and ears open. What else you got in mind? Oh, thanks. Mortimer found the original Oinker on an excursion to the Shrouded Zones. It's a bit of a hassle though, keeps multiplying all the time. Take your eye off for a second and bam, tiny piglets everywhere. Go on, take one. Just make sure you feed it with some coins once in a while.
I'll be going
Au
now.
revoir, Lil Reaper.
Little Reaper. The accents are magnifico. Alright, we'll just take the lift.
Good patron, me ship of goods is at your service.
Matey. Whoa, a seriously terror-inducing visage, but then again, who wouldn't want to look like an antediluvian monstrosity? Besides, tentacles are extremely useful and practical. Damn shit is getting expensive, yo. Alright, let's go. Let's go to bed. And let's start the morning, you know? Just starting that beautiful morning. We're just gonna go down. I'm gonna start work. Oh. I can't access my Piggo. Get in here. Oink. Okay, I like this one. Crow News. Thousands suffocate in sleep after gruesome toxic spill lays waste to community. Authorities investigating corruption at Carrier Core due to worst industrial catastrophe in history. More victims found. Toxic spill claims the life of another homeless person. Company gets stolen money back. Money surge acts as production invigoration. The anomaly claims another victim, this time a city official, found dead at a construction site. Damn. Okay, well, just gonna put the pen here. Morning, Grim. Okay, see if we can clean up the mess from yesterday. That might give you just the boost you need. Do not forget you may leave troubles behind, but new ones always lie ahead. Okay, 2 humans have to die. Spare humans who seem helpful against the troubles. That seems fairly... generic. Okay, the first 2 scam. Alright, I hate scammers. I have deep issues with scammers, mostly because I fell for one ages and ages ago. I lost $1,500. This was when I was also very vulnerable, and I'm admitting it right now so that you guys understand. When I see scam, motherfucker's gonna die. Motherfucker's gonna die. Anyway, let's just read this one first. Khalil Jones, 40 advisor. Khalil believes that their power to give only the best advice to potential presidential candidates of the neutral party to boost the success of their campaign. Their self-confidence might be misplaced as the reputations of everyone they have advised have thus far crashed and burned. Okay, this is the dead pile. I'm deciding to put this the dead pile. 2 humans have to die. I mean, can I just kill these 2? A liar and a grifter, Francois is an ex-politician who has spent many years writing books of ignorant nonsense. These words and actions cause a veritable butterfly effect of misery on a global scale, which they now profit off of. Alright, you are hella dead. Rico Papillon has built a fully automated spam bot sending thousands of emails a day offering people riches beyond their wildest dreams, only if they share their credit card information first. It's a numbers game, so they succeed from time to time. You're dead to me. State officials. Nadir is an embodiment of a ruthless politician willing to do anything to gain and maintain power, be it treachery, deception, and even murder. They're willing to manipulate and destroy even those they consider friends. Okay, I'm gonna put this kind of like here. Mint. Mint comes from an abusive family, ultimately made them very protective of their older sister. Mint will do anything to keep her safe. As such, I like the toughest boss crime in district takes care of their own. Okay. White collar criminal. Growing up, Abu showed great promise in being a talented artist. At one point, they shifted their efforts towards forgeries of different type, from paintings to money, at which they are also highly skilled. Okay, this guy gets to live. This guy hella dead. Only 2. Okay. I mean, he's just forging shit. I don't know. Alright, I made my decision. You die. You die. Live. Live. I just got the achievement Benefactor. Am I doing something right? Let's go. Alright, here we go. How we doing?
Welcome, Grim. It is the end of the week.
I think I've managed to
Your
follow the rules.
Interesting. Yes. Your answer has been recorded for the psych eval. I see the required. Excellent. This bodes well for
Wait,
the
I wanted to ask
evaluation.
about today.
Yes. What about today?
Yesterday went really bad. How about today?
Today? Oh, everything seems... Do not worry about it. Fixing the work. Now, where did I put those? Your conduct over the 7 days has been most... So much so that the office has deemed you fit for a raise.
Thank you.
Oh, do not thank me. Speaking of, the raise also comes with a prize.
4 perfunctory claps.
Do not let this cloud your judgment. You still have much to learn and many rules to follow.
More rules?
One gets used to them. As such, you're that is all. Until tomorrow.
Oh, you
Grim.
opened your eyes. Woo. Oh man, I get money. Oh, hi. What are you doing here, odd plant?
What do you think? Having a nice, relaxing drink?
Hang on, are you from the plant department?
Who told you about the plant department?
Am I not supposed to know about the plant department?
No one is supposed to know. Forget what you heard, Sonny. No such thing anywhere.
Oh, come on, you can tell me.
Ain't nothing to tell.
Really?
We deny everything.
No such thing, but I
Who
hoped.
dares to hope in this day and age?
Don't be such a
Don't
killjoy.
poke your nose where it don't belong.
Come on, tell me.
Stop bothering an old plan. Why don't
Seriously, you can trust me.
Can we really?
I can keep a secret. You have to tell
You're
me.
not gonna leave us alone otherwise? Sonny, it's just a regular department. Not even that big.
Why?
But it's very busy.
Why is it busy?
What do you think? It's a department for managing plant life. There are a lot of plants. A lot. More than humans. Plants everywhere.
Why didn't you say so to begin with?
We're real tired. Is why we visit the den on Sunday. Who even gave you the idea the department is anything interesting?
Doesn't the mystery act just make you more compelling to people?
Might be. Can't help it though. There's theater in my xylem.
Hell yeah.
Anything else? Seeing as we're now deep in the soil of inquiry.
What's your name?
I'm Herbert. You know, sort of like a herb. A herb?
Who were you before you became a plant reaper?
I've always been Herbert. And the green fella holding me up. That's my pal, Tim. Tim's a real hoot.
Oh, hi
Say
Tim.
hello, Tim. Hello, Tim.
Who's Tim?
Tim's my partner. All root, stem, and leaf.
Herbert, please.
Sometimes they bloom and have the most delightful aroma.
I mean, they're blooming now.
And the bees from the bee department find us very attractive.
Oh, sorry. How many different are there gonna be different departments for different species? Man, the bacteria department must be really thriving.
Anything else?
There's a bee.
Of course. Anything else? Okay. But you didn't hear this from us.
Promise, not a
If
word.
at some point you break your word, beware. And these roots can rip the skull up
Seriously?
heckin' loot. So
Okay.
we're secretly trying to make human plant.
Really?
No. Or not in this lifetime, Sonny.
Okay, bye. Sorry, I'm reading very quickly. I can't talk to Gus anymore. Oh. Hi, Sherry.
Hey, please. Ain't much happening here today. It's a slow.
To do with the
You mean
plant.
My favorite pot chock full of plant department goodness. They usually drop it on Sundays due to an aversion of people, which personally, what else is there to say? You mean my They
Oh.
usually personally. What else is there? Sure. What's your poison?
Heat death of the universe iced coffee.
Guaranteed to keep you energized until the last ever star in the universe blinks out of existence.
Goosebumps! The sweet and icy overtones of the mixture block out the bitter, earthy taste of coffee. Be honest, coffee really does taste like dirt. Yet as the frozen cubes clink against your teeth, this whole endeavor feels distinguished and hip at the same time. Just like the end of the universe. I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Little Reaper. Alright, I'm off. Get me out of here.
Need ye cures for ailments or a trinket to ward off a curse?
Autumn falls. This elegant continent is meant to be worn for celebrations during the gloomiest time of the year. It really brings out the eyes. Those dark, empty, soulless, deep eyes. Yep, let's buy that.
A spooky tale if there was one. Stumbled
Stumble.
upon a gothic, seemed like good loot, head large and
Yeah,
twas
yeah.
perilous.
So
Turns out,
paralyzing.
only happens during.
Yep.
So 'tis not much of a curse.
Sorry, I read faster than you do, so it's... Oh,
Psst. Hey there. Taken many lives lately? How are the others? The ones you haven't taken yet?
don't know, they seem fine.
Really? Ravaging the... Soon they'll choke in the stench of poisonous rot slowly creeps
Okay.
into the air. A warning to heed.
I could be a human. Or a female. Or a pumpkin. Okay. I'll be a pumpkin. I'll bite. Sweet. That's a good look. Need to change my suit, I think. Oh, that's beautiful. But it's a destiny thing, so... Yeah, that's a good look. Alright, we're good. Oh, I'm actually a pumpkin! I'm a pumpkin in the elevator! Yes! Oh, the small details. Look at this. I'm a babu pumpkin. Oh, that's great. I love it. The Cheap Wood and Plastic Award with the esteemed title of Best Newcomer. Presented to Grim Reaper to the killing of many humans. I'm just gonna put this here. Please send your credit card info if it is riches you desire. Beware of Scarland. Resolutely climbing the political ladder, the presidential office might not be far. Scarland promises increase in funding of medical budget and pharmaceutical research. Popular political commentator dies of a heart attack. Neutral president rises to power after replacing entire advisory team. Former advisors reported missing. Interview with the forger who works with security firms to make the world more secure against forgeries. Oh, that's good. Consultancy is a new form of dark magic. Oh, you can just hear like the slight sounds of the office. Okay. A whole week already, my time flies. More tasks straight ahead. I think we're making a difference, so let's continue with what we're doing. 3 humans have to die. Any humans aged between... Spare. 35 and 60. So you have to die already. And nobody else. Hang on. Kathy Kowalski. Born to migrant parents, Kathy was expected to go far but never became a doctor. They toil long hours at the local hospital, loved their job, while not being gentle with needles around old patients who accidentally touched their butt. When not working, Kathy lives in a tiny apartment doing laundry, sleeping, and eating takeout. Sounds like me. Masashige Oni Lanzo. Part-time scholar, part-time engineer, part-time musician, delights in building their own musical instruments out of scrap and spare parts. Also, my pig is dying. Essie Kovalainen. Essie is a professional project advisor, also known as a consultant. They get paid inordinate amounts of money for consultations, which are these vague events where they tell companies to do things. When not working, they love tea, cross-stitching, and smashing the patriarchy. I'm sorry, what? Okay, they love smashing that patriarchy. Alright. Charlie Gok. Charlie has been helping their brother Albert David hide corporate money and avoid paying taxes for years, perhaps even decades. Also been accused of insider trading and other fraudulent activities. Currently live in a mansion just outside of town. You did. No, there's a Q behind that. Spell that right. Mercury St. Ioannas. Nature was not stingy when it came to granting charisma unto Mercury. A true silver tongue, this smooth talker could convince anyone to do almost anything. As such, they found their calling in being a motivational speaker. Recently, they've included proselytizing into their over. The fuck does that mean? Okay, you die. Alright. You get to live. You get to live. You die. No, not my phone. Die. No! My phone! Yes. Get out of here. Alright, Pumpkinhead's going up. How do we do?
Grim. Ah, yes, there you
Yes.
are. Good, good. Great work today.
Thank
However,
you.
An emergency has occurred which requires my utmost attention, and I must depart for a couple of days.
So who will I report to at the end of the day?
Yes, straight to the point. Even though you passed the evaluation, I cannot leave you. Therefore, you will have to continue your daily reports as usual. I will be informed of your progress. Why? You are already acquainted. It will be Lady Portington, of course.
I'm sorry, the cat? Okay. Cool. Being evaluated by cat. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to save some money for the Pigu.
I know what you're thinking. I
Alright.
do provide ancient powerful witches.
Grim Cape. You know what? I'm gonna save my money for Pigu. Yep. Alright, okay, let's go to the office. The pig made another Pigu! What? Look at this tiny boy! Okay. Okay. Let me read the news real quick. Crow News. Noted motivational speaker commits suicide in jail. Cause of arrest to be revealed soon. suspected fraud dies of a heart attack as police officers come knocking on their door. Prosecutor says arrest was imminent. Nurse breaks neck after slipping on bedpan left laying in front of a stairwell. I hate my job 171. Yapog. Submissions for My Ordinary Day photography contest now open. Weather report, windy and dry days ahead. Alright, cool. Greetings from afar. So right after I left, mere moment, seemed to me something happened at the plant department. Do not ask. As such, I need you to fill in today. Basically as a grim for them. Hope it's okay. Three plants have to die. Okay, here we go. All right, we got some. I knew I was gonna kill some plants. Okay, let's okay. Schefflera arboricola 529 H5 companion. Schefflera arboricola, I'm gonna call it cola, known as Lisa, is the houseplant of a photography student. In many cases it has been over or underwatered. However, it has quite a high tolerance for neglect and poor growing conditions. Its main hobbies are photosynthesis and people watching. Okay, alright. Alopecorus pratensis 997463455549, which is the same as, oh actually this one's 8. Okay, whatever. 1 year old. Yet another blade of grass. Yabog. I should just write Yabog on every one of these cursed profiles. I'm so bored I could cry now. Same thing. It's a blade of grass. It grows lonesome on the side of a pavement at the Cosmopolis city center. It will likely wilt if not tended to. Whoever would do that, however, remains a mystery. It's a miracle the blade of grass has even survived this long. Life finds a way, I guess. I have to do my taxes. Right now, we're gonna look at who's gonna go. Rosa Gallica. Rosa Gallica 7532 is one of the most beautiful small roses bushes on the display window of a flower shop. It is in dire need of repotting or just getting planted into the ground at least for a little while. Callie Tragus 98352. Callie is a pink round clump of branch tangled stems, each one up to about 1 meter long. Callie and their brothers and sisters started growing after a wildfire cleaned up a large patch of land. No other plants could survive on the dry soil. Callie enjoys traveling and beautiful architecture. Well, get out of here, ya bog. Sorry, Rosa. Alright. That tumbleweed, yeah, I know, crazy, right? Hi. The cat sits behind a table, very serious and official-like, ignoring her presence. Oh my god, you are just so incredibly cute and very... The cat turns her head towards you, staring with her one open eye. Yeah, both of them are open. She mutters, then places her paw upon some documents littering the table. She then curls back into a ball and closes her eyes. Okay, so it's gonna be like this every day? The cat shakes her head to and fro, already thinking about things other than you. She declares as you make your way out the door. Well, that was a pretty good... pretty good review. That, yeah. The pig better not have reproduced, I swear to God.
Your visit's like the sun.
Yeah.
Regular. And warms the room.
I like your boss, yeah. So he's a good boss. Nah, you know, I'm gonna save my money. Let's go. Backhoe. Yes. And back down. Okay, let's read the news. Economic hardships claim another small local business flower shop goes bankrupt. City Council brainstorms ideas to turn Cosmopolis City green after the last blade of grass in city found wilted near sidewalk. Serial killer found and arrested near prestigious White Tower College. Victims' families relieved to finally make peace. Tumbleweed killer. The Kali plant growth this year has been heavy, covering an entire building and preventing people from escaping a fire. Oh. Uh-oh. The tumbleweed is a murderer. Oh no. I don't know where my money goes. It doesn't go here anymore. Anyway. Alright, we are back to normal. Plant department got their act together. You, however, should be intimately familiar with the drill by now. We mitigate chaos, bolster order. 2 humans have to die. Alright. 2 humans, let's go. Rufus Bessusan. Gone are the days of descending into the darkened depths of deep caverns, drill in hand, but Rufus remembers them fondly nonetheless. It was a time of danger, but also of exploration and accomplishments. Now retired, Rufus spends all the time in an old folks' home, dispirited. Damn. Aisling Poe, seismologist. When just a kid, Aisling went through a terrifying earthquake. Obstinate by nature, they decided to confront their fear by studying to be a seismologist. These days, they lead a research team at the Mountainhead Earthquake Monitoring Station. Alright, cool. Ultar McGrath. After decades of unsuccessful attempts at turning mercury into gold, Ultar decides to utilize their alchemy talents in healthcare. They carefully mix together various chlorine and sulfur containing compounds and selling it as a cure for everything. Alright, you dying. Martin loves huge battleships, the bigger the better. And what do huge battleships have? Huge guns. Martin also loves those. Martin loves so many things about working on an enormous battleship that they can't even verbalize all of them. You know what? Live, die, live, die. Yes. Alright, let's go report to our boss. Oh wow. As you enter, the cat paces around the table as if annoyed and irritated. The cat notes, while casually twirling around her spot, pawing at the table. I'll take this to mean I'm doing well. The cat carelessly stretches and shakes herself, seeming more or less pleased. A swift nod towards the door with her head makes it clear you should be leaving. Alright, thanks. Thanks, Mrs. Poddington.
Perhaps ye require a delightful gift for a significant friend.
Is that a fucking fidget spinner? It is! Gimme this!
Ever been to the land of dunes, ye scallywag?
Yeah?
There be ancient civilizations. Once I dug out this particular golden icon. All while I was digging the bowels of the world eater Rangan, but I persisted. Dug until me fingers cracked.
Yep, I read that faster.
Tis truly a wondrous thing.
It is
Turns your own head into a jackal.
Wonderos. Alright.
Hey, watch your step. The world is crumbling under your feet. You'll soon be the king of dust and rubble.
Why?
Money is not important. Neither. You are proving it to them. Scarcity creeps ever closer. That is the kingdom you rule.
Alright, let's check out our new brain box. Ooh! Oh! I mean, I could be stealth. I could be stealthy. Or I could be a yeah, I'll be a Dalmatian. I'll be a Dalmatian. Oh, they changed the head. It's so cool. Yes. Alright, am I Lito? Oh, isn't from Death Note? Yeah, kind of. Sort of. I don't know. Alright, let's check the phone. Local scoop. Many lives saved as dedicated researcher warns Cosmopolis City in the nick of time. Science community calls to increase funding of Mountainhead. Lives will be saved. Fire at the Astrarium Assisted Life Facility claims 1 life. Alchemists found suffocated in their own lab. You better be motherfucking suffocated. I see your hands will be kept mighty busy today. Tragedy and catastrophes happen more often than anyone would prefer, yes? Yet in the end, it is all fair, is it not? 4 humans, anyone... Okay. Gotta run. Bye, Mortis. Have a good stream. Love you, bye! Alright, okay. Paramedic, so she gets to live, but let's read her thing. Fearless, intrepid, audacious, all these words are fit to describe Anita. Recently graduated into a paramedic job, Joy rushing into any dangerous situations to provide any medical assistance as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Why are you even here? I need a drink, because I'm talking a lot. You, what are you? Benetton Serrano. Benetton, an artist and writer of graphic novels, is often full of sighs and irreligion. Never heard that word before. They host together with a pal a religion-themed podcast without being a jerk towards the belief of others. It's a pleasant listen that brings bi-weekly amusement. In their free time, they're dedicated to crafting intricate poems in many languages. Oh, so he's nice? Okay, I guess I can... Why is this red? Michael Batar. Michael has been a dedicated worker at... Okay, Graham. Yes, you. Listen up. Why are you such a tool sitting at your desk going over all the profiles like a mindless drone? It's time to break the rules. I want you to do all the profiles today. All of them. Prove you're not completely useless. No! Climate scientist. Lillian hails from a small village on the coast, spent their ethology. Later inspired them to global matters. Online alias Cryptomancer, inspired to become an IT specialist. Arrested and banned from using computers for 15 years. Still very interested in those things. Phlebotomist. Trisha has been doing venipunctures for decades, drawing out large quantities of blood, sometimes feeling like a vampire. Their health is taking a turn for worse, making their hands shake. Symptom they keep ignoring. Because of that, they keep missing the veins of patients. Okay. You get to live. You get to live. You get to die. You die. You die. You die. Okay. Yes. Hopefully. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Cat might be angry. As you enter, you see the cat supine, waving her paws in the air as if trying to bat something invisible. All of a sudden, she turns attention to you, a devious glimmer in her eyes. The cat continues to glare, her tail whipping back and forth in a manner that feels irate. Several deaths. Today went well, seems appropriate to feel some pride. Lady Portington sits on silence, an accusatory look in her eyes. Hey now, I didn't cut bad things. Cat continues the silence. I did not make a mistake anyway. Cat slowly rotates her head to the right. Oh, did I cause these events to happen? Rotates to the left. After contact fate, I need answers. Cat glances at an odd-looking telephone on the table, slowly shakes her head in what seems to be a no, not nice. Cat turns away, signaling her complete indifference of you. It means time to leave. I'm getting sassed by a cat. Oh my god, I'm getting sassed by a cat. It's not great.
Aye. This port offers the best trades in the universe.
The annals of transience help keep track of any passing temporalities. It counts the days in the month from 1 to 28. Those are all the days, all of them. I mean, I guess I could.
Blimey, we scoured. Alas, because turns still worth it. Filled to the brim with our
okay.
also includes the. I finally
Right,
procured it. Dear me, you ever hear of the Dia de Muertos? A
Dia
wild
de
night.
Muertos.
But I will
Okay,
happily
yeah,
let
I'm
the
done.
memory
I'm done.
of me
Get out of
fellow
here.
buccaneer and me headache be carried by another.
That wasn't so good, was it? It's okay. Crisp and clear like the azure pond at the forest glade.
Yeah, I can do this.
You were born. It's very close, Grand.
Alright, let's have a look at our
I'm
other.
seeing you.
Oh my god. Oh, oh my god. Ooh. Noche de Muertos. Interesting. I mean, not gonna lie, Noche de Muertos looks pretty cool. By the way, have you tried using Meowtalk app on Handsome Warlock? He doesn't really talk that much though, here's the thing. Yeah, let's just go all business. Also, I don't know about this app. What is this app? Alright, let's go here. It helps me keep track of the schedule. So I've done 11 days so far. Okay. Actually, I could keep this here. Yeah, fine, whatever. Meet young Anita, the medic who saved many lives after the recent earthquake. All thanks to the warning from Mountainhead, they exclaimed before scurrying away. Ex-hacker shot in the street. Eyewitnesses describe a black SUV with the tinted glasses escaping from the scene. Traffic collision on the Westerhold motorway claims life of scientists. 2 others survived with injuries. Climbing the charts, Creed Comrade finally hits 6th place in the religion-themed podcast list. Come one, come all, ace pilots to host a dazzling air show. Alright. The world is a wondrous thing. You would not believe what I've seen out here, even within the ruins now. Would you kindly try and help out the survivors of the turmoil yesterday? Spare any students. Students. Eswari found religion after hitting rock bottom. After selling a family clock radio for a tiny fix, they got mugged in an alleyway, but found help in a nearby church. After living through withdrawal, their life felt filled with otherworldly warmth. So they devoted themselves to helping others in situations similar with what theirs had been. Okay, that's a good one. Student. Sadiq enjoys university life and does not want it to end, ever. That's why they're changing their major for the 3rd time. Sadiq is also deep in debt and afraid to lose their professional prospects after they actually finally finish school. Okay, well you're a student so I can't kill you. Kermit Colt. Kermit has a warm, kind-hearted personality and does their best to help troubled youth and marginalized people. They are community activists and run a private practice for cognitive behavior therapy when they aren't dealing with their grandkids. You could if you really wanted. I mean, remind me later. Kele Iphigenia. Kele decided to return to school to finish their education after their 4 kids grew up, find their own paths while progress is difficult. Oh, student. Okay, she can't die. Alright, okay. I mean... Alright, well... well... Made my decision. Live. Die. Yes. Alright. Alright, let's go back. Hello, child. The cat seems to be in slumber, occasionally emanating a soft snore-like purr. kitty cat. Time for the review. After a pause, the cat sluggishly sniffs the usual pile of documents waiting on the table. The cat continues inspecting the documents for a few seconds, then turns away, seemingly pleased. Hey, can I ask you some questions instead? The cat stares at you, slowly blinking. What do you think of fate? The cat notes melodiously. She blinks at you, perplexed. Well, what do you think of death? The cat shakes herself in a manner which seems entirely indecipherable. She blinks at you, perplexed. Well, what do you think of the common systems of taxation? The cat meows. I mean, taxing the impoverished, giving cuts and benefits to the already rich? The cat looks at you quizzically. I don't really understand taxes, though. The cat is absent-mindedly poking the papers on the table with her paw. And it's clearly not balanced, hence why people always end with a version of Ogliaki. The cat is starting to nod off, and technically that has nodding in it, so signals agreement. She blinks at you, perplexed. Wait, why am I talking to a cat? The cat emits a sequence of low-pitched meows, possibly indicating her value as a discussion partner. This was informative. I'll be going now. The cat curls back into a ball and continues her previously disturbed slumber. Yeah, cause, you know, why not? Alright, let's head down. Oink oink.
Ahoy, matey! What can old Mortimer offer ye today?
It's too expensive.
Core blimey, 'tis not real. Found a life can't imagine, but sure makes delightful squeaks when you stroke it.
Okay. Here we go, back to bed. Yes. And back down. I hope you guys like this. It's quality. Alright, just junking in there. Alright. Oh, what? No way, is that really? Go for the eyes! Okay. Alright, I have no orders. Engine failure leads to catastrophic crash during a demonstration flight. Read our interview. After finally finishing a degree, Sadiq became a video game developer of a small indie project titled Demise of Duty. Militia leader mauled by a bear. Editorial by youth psychologist inspires anti-bullying movement. Alright. A lucky day, or is it? The unjustly denigrated unlucky number 13. I fail to see the relevance of this kind of numerology, but it is a day like all the days. No, no way. The cat stole my notes. Must have been that damn cat. Real cute, real cute. Thanks, cat. Now what do I do? Humans have to die. Feel the religion. Okay, alright. Love that. What do I do now? I can't really do anything else. What do I do now? What's happening? Did we all agree on the date? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Did we confirm a date for Don't Starve? Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. The cat lounges on the table, brushing her ear with a paw. What the hell, Cat? Cat, there's been a burglary! Cat pauses for a moment, then continues brushing herself, indifferent to your plight. My files were stolen. Before the cat has a chance to respond, the phone rings in an ear-piercing metallic clatter. You hear a familiar voice.
Hello? Hello? Lady Poddington, is Grim there?
The cat replies absent-mindedly.
Oh, goodness. Grim, I heard that. I understand the job can be stressful, that these decisions do not come lightly, but you cannot let everybody live. Such actions will have serious consequences, even if you cannot foresee them. That is what I am for. Trust me, it will be for the benefit of everyone. Understood?
Something happened to the files, they were gone.
What? Could you repeat that? All I hear is static.
The cat stole the
No
files!
matter. You know what the job entails, Grim. I do hope we will not have to repeat this discussion in the future. Think before you act.
Real nice cat. Ah. Well, not like I can get anything. Alright, read me. I expect you in my office for your performance review after you're done today. Do not worry about that right now. Focus on the task at hand. 6 humans have to die. Anyone related to transportation industry has to die. Humans on the left side of the profile bundle to die. The left side? What? On the... What? What did he say? On the left side. So... Huh? Old fracker. Rajesh is in the fracking industry for the money. No cries for environmentalists will make them rethink. Determined to rise on the career ladder, become the boss of a fracking firm someday. Melina is stuck right in the middle of a taxi mafia turf war. Had their tie slashed, cast chained to a traffic signpost, front window painted and the interior of the car filled with foam. Considering joining an app-based rideshare service. Alright, you have to die. Although Christopher is an amazingly graceful ballet dancer, they have secretly orchestrated snapped tendons and cracked ankles for their rivals. This ensured that they would get ahead in the game. They were banished from home when they were 16 because their parents were scared and confused about Christopher's sexual orientation. Christopher Pitt. Okay, I'm not sure about that. For decades, Gahan has made a living by hunting wild game. Recently, they've become fascinated with certain conspiracy videos on MeToo and convinced that there is a monster living in a nearby swamp. Yeah, he sounds alright. Aaron is a small-time criminal selling low-grade narcotics to those who just want to party. Lately, they've started experimenting with different chemical compounds to figure out if they could concoct any new interesting blends. Okay. Franklin considers her hotshot pilot, modeled their demeanor after an action movie they saw at a young age. Wear large sunglasses all the time, drive around on a motorcycle, attempt reckless stunts in their aircraft. Alright, so die as well. Become a trophy partner to a rich person, achieve their daily clean pools. Okay, logos. Retired live streamer. After a long and exciting life of adventure, Catalina finally decided to settle down and pursue this newfangled thing called live streaming on Jiggle TV. They've amassed a small but dedicated following due to their charming personality and infectious laugh. Alright, you get to leave. Blaze worked as a Prime Minister's personal helicopter pilot. They love flying so much they fly around all day, even when their employer doesn't need to go anywhere. All the money for fuel is taken from taxpayers' funds. Alright, you get to die. You get to die. Die. I need to kill 6 though. That's 5. Yeah, I have to kill 6 boys. Okay. Swamp Nip. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't seem to read very well. By the way, this sound effect is gonna build up. Yes. Alright, let's go. Hopefully I did the right things. I didn't read the news. That's my bad. Oh, okay, he's back.
I have returned. Did you miss me? Great. So, okay. Yes. Today is your 2-week, but before that, right. Seems to be correct. No, in essence, you are there is little to criticize in your conduct, except perhaps for the minor lack of independence. One might expect at least an inkling of rebellion. You are dependable. Now, obviously, you are to be granted a small bonus.
Alright.
No one can argue you have not.
Okay, I got a bonus. That's all I needed to know. 900! Woof!
Ultimate evaluation is in 2 weeks.
He's still talking to me.
Back from her booty, are ye?
Oh, it's that sweet, delicious booty. Yes.
Huh. Didn't know I still had. I was at a gal where I saw an just look at it. Ridiculous. Had to have it. Lest these smelled nice. Then the mask came in real handy.
Alright, sweet. Love that. Alright. Ooh. Ooh, new people!
Accentuate the morphological field. Some reclassification of the framing stratum. Ah, I should have known. Scaffolding of the antediluvian complex. One might say so.
What is wrong with the voice acting? It's very soft in some points.
I am the prime curator of the Abysmal Archive.
Oh wait, no, it's because
I
was scratching my neck, that's why. I touched my volume dial. No wonder it's so soft. I was just looking at my audio, like, levels.
Or the bits I've managed to catalogue thus far. Did you know there is a lot of existence? More than you are able to conceive. But never mind all that. I shouldn't... As you're talking to one of the archive, I suppose you have numerous questions.
Oh, he's one of the archivists.
I'm happy to oblige. What is it you... Ah, our most venerable Tower of This place in particular. You think that's not very long, don't...
Who built it?
Commissioned. Found a couple of talented young architects.
Took
some effort.
Who's the first Reaper?
Number one. They're not around anymore, though. Ridiculous at first, but grew rather erratic over time, so fate had to fire them.
Oh, that sucks.
Straight into the sun! Blam! Any other questions? Definitely not. I wouldn't dare to interfere with the fine-tuned pipeline of profile select. This is a most dire breach of conduct. I hope there wasn't anything inappropriate on the file.
It asked me to break the rules.
Most terrible. I hope you dealt with the matter accordingly. We must be vigilant for these lapses in judgment.
Oh, crunch. Actually, I bought this just for this moment. I just need to open it. Hang on a second. Give me a second. I know. Open this case. Jack, I got some fish skin crisps. Yay or nay? Yay or nay, Jack? Yay or nay? Oh my god, this is hard to open! Ow! Could you do that again because, Hang on. Oh, I can't open it. How do I open this? I gotta saw my way in. Took my headphones out. Are you on break? Wait, are you still at work? Jack, are you still at work? Fish skin crisps, yay or nay? Alright, I'll give you a satisfying crunch. If I can. Oh man, it's gonna be hella spicy. Alright, hang on. I'm eating fuck. Cheers, man. Oh man. I hope that was good. That was a lot of crunch. Damn. Oh my gosh. Shit. It's kind of weird that you guys really like the crunch ASMR. I didn't initially plan for it to be a big thing, but you know. Ah. Yeah, it's weird. It's like your ear holes are all of your ear holes are now intimate with my mouth. It's a weird thought, but it is true. You guys have me speaking into your ears so gently and then crunching so delightfully right into your eardrums. Hell yeah. Anyway.
A data monger, a reaper. Someone grows disillusioned with the structure before them and develops a heart of rebellion. Friend, the box is there for a reason. Mere spawns should not defy. We are a complex clockwork whole.
Yeah, reading that
This
fast.
can lead to a grievous cataclysm for the world efficiently, as far as I... Seems to me it gets bigger all the time. But not all can see all the flaws, yeah? How many entities are there? What would you deem more interesting? Although, when it comes to filing tax for... Much could be told.
Okay,
Suffice
I'm
to
reading
say,
this really
the archive
quickly.
hold- I hope
See
you
ya.
enjoyed our talk. I must return to the archive.
I can't stand his voice
I
all
hear
that
it
much.
beckon.
Oh, it's another Reaper.
Yes? The name is Frank Whittle.
Hang on, we don't have to be a numbered
Well, I
spawns.
used to be spawn number 142, but sometimes you just wish you had a more memorable name.
Oh my god, he's my favorite character.
But I wanted to stand out more. Yeah. Oh, yes. It's not as exciting as it seems. Do you know about the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
Well, what if I'm that butterfly? Eh? Haphazardly fluttering around and then millions of souls perish in anguish. Oh, you're not... I don't want that on... And that's the least of my problems. Last week someone put my stapler in a large jar of strawberry jelly. I know. I couldn't believe it either.
Why would they do that?
I was outright flabbergasted. And that's still not all of it. Last month I had to work in the dog department.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh
But I love dogs.
no. No, not the dogs.
I know, right? And the people in the dog department, the absolute bad apples. I was scared for the afterlife. I was. But you know, before that, someone filled my room with balloons.
Someone picking on you.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you. I have an inkling it's the one they call Lance Thrasher. Yes, and people keep telling me how fun they are to hang out, how they tell the best jokes and get into the craziest shenanigans.
They sound immediately exhausting.
Yes, right? I don't get it either.
Me neither.
So, I thought I had to let them know.
Yeah.
I walked straight over to Lance and I told them that I don't find them riveting and I don't particularly care about their lame jokes.
What happened
But
next?
then Lance just said, keep it real, and then went on to do a handstand on their desk.
Oh my god, if someone like that existed in real life, and I'm sure there's someone out there that does that, like keep real and just fucking handstand, I'ma just walk away from that situation. Like, no joke. I want no part of being in like the general scene area of this shit happening. Cause one, you're either gonna watch a man get hurt coming down on the descent, and two, just the ridiculousness of it all. Not for me.
Everyone in the office started chanting their name. Lance, 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 Lance.
What an absolute tool.
After this, they started making my life miserable.
What do you think it's
The culprit keeps writing Thrasher was here. So, problem solver, what do you think? What should I do?
You should get back at Lance, make them leave you alone.
You're right. See, I'm already ahead of you. I've been working on this epic prank.
Oh god.
Cascade. I am going to completely wrap all of Lance Thrasher's belongings in tinfoil and tape. And when they go to the kitchen to get some scissors, bam! A cupboard full of tennis balls. Crushed. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling inspired now.
Alright.
Thank you, friend.
Bye,
I need to go
bud.
and get this set up.
Why, hello again. The den is always glad to see a returning customer.
Okay, well, I didn't really talk to her that much. Oh yeah, I went and bought the thing. Alright. Let's go back to the room.
All alone, Reaper. On your own. You know why? Because they're setting you
Who is?
fate. Haven't you seen them stare whenever you don't have what it takes to succeed? You're a void. I am. Eyes like a light. Be seeing you.
Okay, I'm gonna check out my new face. Hell yeah, look at that. Crow. Masquerade. Steampunk. War never changes. Chimkin. I'm liking the masquerade one. I guess I could go for the all black look too. Damn. Oh, spiffy. Alright, okay. Spawn mail. Okay, let's read the news this time because we haven't read the news yet. 3 up-and-coming athletes under trial for manslaughter of 2 rivals. City budget experiences unexpected surplus, politicians baffled. Damages from fracking deemed to be too excessive and expensive. Government vows to shift towards developing better renewable energy sources. Experimenting drug dealer invents powerful hallucinogen. Accidentally stumbles off bridge. Government to crack down on taxi turf war after a driver dies on a stupid prank pulled on their vehicle. Foolhardy pilot attempts complicated aerial stunt, crashes aircraft straight into the ground. Tune in today. These live streams by a jolly elder are absolutely worth it. Oh yeah. Okay, well, spawn mail. You passed a review. Expected 6 humans have to die, 3 humans with scientifics have to die, 2 humans aged 30 or younger have to die. Statisticians. Stefan lives and breathes statistics. They work as a statistical consultant at several companies and give lectures at a university. Every time they get drunk, they start ranting about the misuse of p-values. Is a statistician a scientist? Ivan Ivanovich Rudevsky. I haven't started looking for work after graduation, haven't found one yet, mainly because jobs these days require them to have previous work experience, while the only way to get required work experience is to have a job they're applying to. Meanwhile, they're training to be the world's fastest Onyx Cube solver. Okay, uninspiring. Raven is enjoying a moderately successful career as a deadlifter. They have a brother, Ronald, and a child, Mira. In their spare time, they like going hiking and camping. Mira is constantly inspired by Raven's determination and wishes to continue their footsteps. Alright. Nora Sophia, white-collar criminal. Nora turned to regular embezzlement after their multi-level marketing scheme failed. The beauty products and cognitive enhancers were just not selling. All this to pay off their mortgage and to keep their child in a decent school. Nora films claymation shots in their spare time. Okay, alright. Hella dead. Marine biologist, you have to die unfortunately. Leinani, a professor at the Cosmopolis Central University, has dedicated their life to studying the well-being of aquarium fish. Since it's already known that goldfish have a decent memory, they advocate banning small fish bowls. Alright. Botanist. Gardening is Carrie's favorite pastime, also their line of work. They enjoy growing edible exotic plants and experimenting with different recipes. They're also an expert in natural poisons. Alright, you're a scientist, you have to die. A sin. What? Anson Sin, 22, Sinner. Anson loves to sin and is committed to performing all 4 deadly sins daily. They live in a cave outside the city, avoiding law enforcement. Oh, you hella dead. You're within the age group. Hello. A mathematician, so no. Okay, so I guess he could live. That's fine. I lurk in the night searching for bloodsuckers. Irvin has said to authorities many times they claim to be a vampire hunter, safeguarding humanity against these terrors of the night. But vampires truly out there? The answer might surprise you. It's no. Okay, you have to die. 2, 6. Alright, well, you get to live. You get to live. Die. Shit. I may have drawn on their faces. Die. 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 And did Reno. Sorry. Now this is quite a different game indeed. I mean, hey, I do kind of get bored with some games and I mix it around, you know? So that's why, you know, just different things. Also, I don't plan things. So anytime I am about to start streaming, it's just like, okay, what do I want to play today? So, you know, it's all good.
Good evening, Grim. I hope you are doing well.
I am.
I forgot to ask you yesterday. How did it feel going through almost a whole week on your own?
Rough, things got really bad.
The world certainly has that tendency.
It does.
Well, let us quickly go over the usual administrative matters. The papers. I see you have marked the appropriate number of profiles. Yay. Honestly, this corporate mandate is growing a bit tiresome. Oh well. What must be done?
I'm just lazy, Bam. That's how it is.
Speaking of, yesterday marked a significant moment in your career. Are you content with your evaluation?
Not sure about the whole rebellion thing you spoke of.
Oh, the fancy of my imagination. Take it as a metaphor. This reminds me. Have you any questions? It has been a while since we had a personal
How long is a
dialogue.
day anyway?
The complexity of time. Imagine that it is not a fixed and stable entity. I am sure you did not think only 15 days have passed since your arrival. Considering the frequency and magnitude of events in your moderately sized, time is an inconsistent flux. While you rest, days, weeks, months may pass. At different intervals, profiles from diverse moments appear on the same day, interlaced, within a rhizome of time and space stretching beyond mere 4 dimensions. That is why causal links are difficult to establish, and the equilibrium is of unfathomable complexity. Anything else? What do you mean? Oh, nothing of the sort. The world, and the people therein, create the situation.
I'm trying to absorb right now
without our
information.
Our data mongers assemble, collate, and examine wide swathes of data, and calculate the parameters for the necessary equilibrium.
This game surprisingly has a few words that are long. Takes me a while to like figure out what the fuck that means.
Deaths, although our choices can modify the structure slightly. In a sense, you should consider.
What's my history? Was I someone?
You are a death spawn. I crafted you out of different materials.
Where did my parts come from?
The store. And places. Anything else?
Do you play chess? I recall some film about death with tons of chess.
No. I am instead particular to this game called Go. Aesthetically pleasing, less violent and imperialistic.
Ooh, there goes chess fans. Imperialistic, apparently.
Anything else?
No, we're done.
Until tomorrow, Grim.
Good night. What's my pay? Oh, 300. Such shit pay, I'm not gonna lie.
Shiver me timbers. Ye sure can't get enough of the Emporium.
I can't. It's too good. Oh,
By
yes,
Jones
I
Copper,
will.
the slime. I shuddered. Did not know which were the walls. I grabbed what I could as I emerged. Truly a nightmare.
I'm good now. We're gonna change our face again.
Psst. Hey, we don't like what we see. It's suspicious. Yeah, what a wreck. Yeah. Listen. Shh. They're probably eavesdropping right now. Let's
Yeah,
be
you
honest.
weird sus. Yes. Extra slimy. Oh no. Skin. Yar. We're gonna go for a classic Yar. How about that? A classic Yar. Let's go for a classic suit, you know? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Hell yeah. Fate should be concerned I'm changing my face every day. Municipal gardener found dead in their home. Cause of death unclear. Body of local sinner found in a cave crushed under a pile of loot. Vampires are real. Vampire hunter found dead in alley with 2 puncture marks in their throats. Local swamp reportedly inhabited by a green monster. Vampire fanatic claims they have information on who killed vampire hunter Remis. Alright, I don't know why I picked that up. Hang on, my mom's texting me. So many messages. Anyway, a total of 2 humans have to die. Humans on opposite ends of profile. 2 ends. Okay, hang on. So this is the guy that's supposed to live. Matthias has been following the escapades of Irvin Remis for a while, even getting ever more obsessed with the existence of vampires. They've been seen lurking in abandoned houses, creepy manors, and dark alleys. Kathleen Holmes, economic policy strategist. Kathleen wrote the book on economic planning, literally. The last 5 years they have argued for a new way to organize and systematize labor and the production of resources, and for a different distribution of capital, which often revolves around renegotiating regulations and corporate oversight. Look, oh, thank you. Thank you for having me on. Shelley McIntosh. Shelley is a wetland scientist who recently moved into a little cottage in the swamp for science. They wander around the swamp in a frog costume, scaring lost hikers for entertainment. Recently, they noticed a suspicious hunter camping in the area. Well, you hella did. Tecumseh Gold. Tecumseh is a renowned professor of mathematics who enjoys challenging their students with nigh unsolvable equations. Best way to force them into being more inventive and creative, they say. Lately, they've started tutoring a gifted janitor with a troubled past. Well, you gonna die. You gonna die. You gonna live. You gonna live. Alright, yep. Hang on. Okay. Sorry, I was just texting someone back. Professional, I know.
Grim, my fellow colleague.
Yes.
I have been deliberating a matter.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps you can be of assistance. Should I become a writer? I could write many compelling works of fiction. I am an antique, after all. I have much experience.
Sure, why not?
Why not? Indeed. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I shall continue my contemplation. But for now, it is time for daily feedback.
Alright, sweet. Can't wait.
Ah, all the files are in order. Excellent work. You are a testament to meticulousness.
Thank you. The cat mutters in contentment.
Well, off you go now. I must return to my deliberations.
Alright, cool, sweet. Sky's red outside. That's kind of weird. Let's see what we got here.
A pleasure to see ye.
Ears of the Beast. A pair of cat ears would look really nice on me and inspire all the felines of the world. Just don't talk or even think about the film adaptation of the musical. Hell yeah.
You know why Cause ain't nothing else. Once we looted an ancient, and you know what? Found there the most Wernham gives ye. Happened to overhear a mutineer plot. Plotting with the fishes now they are.
Ah, sweet. Now you get to check out what those ears do.
Look at the march of a dust storm that suffocates any remaining breaths.
Sure.
Gaze up. Don't you think this an uncaring office of eternal bureaucracy?
It's efficient.
What makes you think you're throwing out innumerable rules and quotas with no...
Now you're being overly...
Let us know if you come eye to eye
with a
solution. I'm seeing you.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. Get me back on Yar. Alright, we're happy with Yar. I'm not doing Catboy. No, I'm so sorry. Alright. Okay. More power to the Ultra corporations. It is the way of the future. They can build it, they will build it. Local math professor found dead and at home. Suicide suspected. They felt a lot of pain. Perhaps it got to be too much, a longtime friend comments. Monster hunt gone wrong. Creature killed by hunter revealed to be a local scientist. Matthias Bard, arrested for the murder of vampire hunter, confesses to poking 2 tiny holes into neck. Arrest is a cover-up. Truth is out there. Vampires erasing their tracks. Check out these awesome personal jetpacks. Interviewing the intrepid crew exploring the depths of the ocean. Alright. I hope you're still well motivated from our performance discussion. We are trying out a new structure method to demonstrate utmost precision. All humans in the bottom row have to die. Alright, well, just gonna separate them. Submarine Commander. In their youth, Evelyn reads the works of Anvar Jules, author of many fantastical adventure novels. Inspired by the novels, the teenage commander, they decide to become a commander that is, themselves and drive thousands of leagues under the sea, and they did. Wilton is a very proficient logistics coordinator. Their nickname at work is Smooth Operator. They also apply these skills at managing 2 separate secret families. Ewald, a child prodigy, has been performing brain surgery since the age of 18. They're well established as a medical professional in academia and in practice. Ewald is addicted to adrenaline and is well known for taking great personal risks. Who is this person? A nobody. Vain and arrogant, they promised numerous grand inventions, all of which failed. Blinded by egoism, they refused to learn any lessons and continue on this path, ultimately leading to the ruin of several businesses and the death of a number of people. Alright, who has to die? When still in their early 20s, Glory harbored some edgy and extreme views on society that and the world in general, up to the point they grew up and calmed down, readjusting their inmate interests on societal issues to gain greater knowledge of history and the myriad structures that affect our lives. Okay. Mitsumi was sentenced to community service at the Cosmopolis Polytechnical Institute after drunkenly assaulting a police officer. After getting guidance from a local professor, they started to reevaluate their relationships, confronting their past and thinking about the future. Oh no. Daya paints nudes and nudes only. For some reason, these paintings don't sell very well, and they've been playing around with the idea of pivoting into a life of sin after being inspired by the heroic death of prominent sinner Anson. Alright, fine, whatever. Die. Die. Hang on. Live. 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 Alright, yep. Okay, we did the job. I'm just following the orders. I'm out to the book. Hello, Fate.
Deathspawn, I have been ruminating on the humans.
Yes?
They vex me.
They do now.
Why do they exist? Their presence still seems unnecessary. Would it all not be simpler without them?
Maybe, but it's not our call to make.
Perhaps. We do still hold some control over the levers.
I really don't see this line of thought going anywhere. Couldn't humans achieve immortality somehow?
To put us right out of business? And you out of existence?
Hey, I mean, this is all I know.
Would you really trade yourself for them? What a time it would be for us all. Ah, never mind my ramblings. I am all ears, Grim. Should you have some when we are dealing with matters much greater than you?
Maybe not, but it shouldn't be so one-sided.
Such is the nature of loyalty.
I guess, never mind then.
I appreciated the discourse. Good night.
Wait, I didn't get my daily review.
Oh, right. Slipped my mind. Well, if it is that important to you. It seems you marked the proper amount. Now depart.
Bye, Fate.
Things to contemplate.
Sweet Marpay!
Ye drive a hard bargain, matey, but Mortimer does love a good scuffle.
Damn it, this shit's too expensive. I'm going back to bed now. Bye. Yes. Alright, there we go. I'm just rushing through this a little bit. Renowned neurosurgeon survives breaking most bones in body after near-fatal fall from dangerous skyscraper for stunt. Local manufacturing plant ruined by rampant incompetence. Couple narrowly avoids death after Galt's experimental toaster explodes and burns down house. Young janitor spirals into depression, drowns in river while drunk after suicide of tutoring professor. Draft of 1,000-page historical analysis of Cosmopolis City to be published posthumously. CEO of What social media platform planning to open a museum of antiques and relics. Life should not be too predictable, do you not agree? We could use a little bit of alteration and alternate every so often. I have developed this thing for it. Every other profile has to die. Live, die, live, die, live, die, live, die? Is that it? Legitimate research on greedy Tomb Raider. Consensus has not been reached when it comes to this noted archaeologist. For the past 5 years, they've been digging up artifacts around the Faradon region. Alright. I like how the instructions getting weird as fuck. They're getting very, like, conceptual. Samara has worked in the homicide department only for a few years, but has already shown great talent in solving seemingly unsolvable murder cases. They are currently after an unknown serial killer who is suspected to be working for the local church. Oh, but she's good then. Ain't nothing better than pressing that pedal to the metal, feeling the torque ramp up, blast over a dirt road. Juniper lives for the excitement, the rush of adrenaline, which is surprising as when not behind the wheel, Juniper is very calm and cool, always keeping their emotions in check. Verity has been working at a pharmaceutical industry for decades, trying to find a decelerator for aging. While lately it seems that the discovery might actually come from biogenetics, Verity is certain they can concoct some sort of chemical compound that gets the job done. Alright. Uhuru decided to dedicate their life to taking care of their home and 2 children. Their partner is the sole breadwinner of the family. Although the kids are getting more independent, Uhuru has no intention of returning to work. Okay, alright. Kyo has lived in 4 different countries, finally settling down in the Sun Country wine region, where they now work as a viticulturist. They enjoy fast food, cooking, and horse riding, and have 7 grandchildren who visit often. Oh, god damn it. Albert is an incredible human being, as in never in all history has there been anyone who has destroyed so many humane and social systems with such nihilism and greed. They will stop at nothing in their quest to squeeze out any short-term profit. Dina has always loved numbers, and working as an accountant gives them plenty of opportunities to crunch numbers all day long. They know the tax law by heart and always make sure their clients pay out their taxes. Deity at mercy on the client who dares to ask for tax evasion advice. Alright, well... made my decision. Sorry. Alright, that's my decision. Alright, here we go. Back to the boss.
Grim, welcome. Remember when I told you of my idea to become an author? I think I have reached a conclusion.
I'm all ears, metaphorically speaking.
Appreciated. Now, you might find this shocking. Truly, I have decided to set myself upon the path of grand artistry. I shall compose a novel most illustrious, one that will explain everything.
Cool. Can I read it?
Certainly. Once it is finished, you will be the recipient of the first copy of the first printing. Anyway, we have some official business to take care of, yes?
Yes. Yes.
A tedium of profiles. Nothing amiss here, as far as I can see. Your adherence to the
yes,
rules
I did
admirable.
it right.
Now I bid thee goodbye. The inaugural words of the greatest novel of all time will be engraved tonight.
Sweet. Do I get a raise? Hell yeah! Oink oink. Yeah, I knew it.
Batten down the hatches. 'Tis a storm of sails.
The Lethean Obliviator is used to remove grievous mistakes, meaning it erases whichever mark. One use only. Alright, I will buy it.
This tale is... We were sailing the... Has power to... Used it to erase one of my... Never heard from the... Amazing little thing.
Sweet. An eraser. That's all it is. Yes. And back down. Do your job. Mapping difficulties. It removes... Okay, geez. Pseudopharma introduces new and very expensive pill that may slow down aging by 1.9%. Pseudopharma stocks go through the roof after announcement of new anti-aging pill. Record numbers of participants at the Intercontinental Rally Challenge blasting off tomorrow morning. Death of viticulturist drastically lowers the overall quality of wines from Sun County. Accountant suffocates under literal mountains of paperwork after being hired to review tax documents of a local construction firm. Infamous CEO sails their enormous yacht directly into a beach found impaled on a tree. Historians warn artifact looting on the rise, especially in formerly war-torn Faradon. We have to do something about the looting that's re-escalating the conflict. Another serial killer caught by Detective Samara L. Downey. Cozy Bohemian Waffle House gaining popularity. Go check it out. The military-industrial complex is tackling progressive issues by having their very first female CEO. Nice. Alright. I'll keep it short. I'm suspecting a systematic bias in our balancing mythology. Last 3 humans from the facts have to die. I didn't pay attention to who that was. I guess you? I don't know what's first or last, so... Okay. Alessandro Meles. Despite their old age, Alessandro retired from working as a Miagra salesman only a few years ago due to the lack of stamina from the high energy role. They're finally able to enjoy life after decades of hard work, attempting to fulfill their dream of opening an erotic art gallery. Nice. Christopher Wyatt. Christopher opened a Waffle House in the middle of the Cacti Valley to have a reason to claim illegal income but avoid customers. When a hiker finds the place, which sometimes happens, Christopher starts sweating profusely and attempts to cook the 10-year-old ingredients. Okay. No. Louis Ximenez. Got munchies for shark fin but can't find any? Not if Louis Ximenez is near. They're a big fan of shark fin and other questionable foods like turtle jelly, which Louis has served at their restaurant for a decade. They're also involved in distributing these food items to grocery stores. Okay, you guys have to die. Thus far, Herman has absolutely crazy life traveling around the globe with their post-rock band. They have 2 younger sisters who often join the tours. Nikolai has become quite well known in the catering industry, creating experimental, delicious menus for a variety of events. Recently, they attended a funeral and immediately hit it off with the widow. A new romance started to eclipse the catering duties. Theophania Einer. Theophania is the latest heir of the Einer family. The family started off providing security almost 100 years ago with the initial Monitor C consulting firm. Over time, they acquired a number of factories and grew into an arms-providing conglomerate now known as Sundowner Security Services. Gordon Onogoye. Gordon got through medical college mostly by cheating. As such, they barely remember what they were taught. When people ask for consultations at the pharmacy, they usually say a lot of random but smart-sounding words. They also often sell the medicine randomly. Oh no. Oh, well, I'm making my decision now. Die. 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 Live. 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 I'm gonna get hella killed by this. I did not see how they appeared, so I don't know. I'm dead. I'm dead. Poor performance.
Grim, why are you here? Oh, right. The daily... always in positions when I have important research to perform. I see the exact amount of profiles necessary.
Oh, thank God.
Good job, I guess. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine.
Can I ask you more questions?
Questions. Questions, Grim. Perhaps your questions will assist me. Make
What do you
sure
think
they
dying's like?
No idea. Our immortality precludes us from such knowledge. Yet, I imagine it would be a pleasant release.
But what if death is extremely bad and unpleasant?
In that case, at least one only dies once. But more likely, death is just nothingness. And nothing, being nothing, has no inherent positive or negative effects.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Is there an afterlife?
Not in the sense that humans consider it, no.
No endless suffering in the grasp of cosmic horrors? What if the afterlife is a dating game where you must charm strange monster gods?
Grim, that is just stupid.
Do you think mortals have some drive towards death?
Because they seem to find themselves in life-threatening situations all the time?
Something of the like, yes.
Life is unpredictable and lacks an innate meaning. I imagine it is up to them to make their lives meaningful, even if it sometimes ends up being fatal.
Oh.
Any other questions?
Can language even deal with the concept of death?
Unlikely.
That doesn't stop art and literature from trying.
One must make do with what they have. Art does seem an attempt of immortalization, as humans feel the ever-present breath of death. A hybrid of entertainment, meaning-making, and the preservation of a facet of identity, carved into matter that might outlast the being itself. At least until all matter ceases to be.
When's that gonna happen?
Any day now. Any other questions?
I got nothing.
Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.
Alright, thanks. Thanks, boss. I'm gonna go spend my money now.
Cord blimey! You're looting! All me wares.
You don't care.
Oh. Stole a great deal of time ago. I remember it was like barely made it out of the war. Have you seen how far? Almost became one of them. But you can't trap old
I'm
Mortimer
sorry.
that easy.
I'm sorry, you telling me you stole this from the big guy?
Psst. See? What did I tell you?
You told me what?
The others. Conspiring behind your back. You saw them
the cat?
waited for you to let the guard down. Whispering, "Look, it's the pathetic runt."
Liar.
Everyone can... You're a failure. Keep them guessing. And watch your back.
Okay. Death and tuxedos. Bow ties are cool. Archangel. Ooh, that might look good with the... Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the raid. Oh my god, why is... This should be alive. My alert chats are... My alerts are fucked still. I don't know what's going on. I apologize. Yeah, we be alive. Yeah, hello. How are you doing? Welcome back. Did you beat the pike? No, I didn't. Fuck that pike. I'm taking a break from that pike. I have a feeling I might have to restart the game. That game in particular. Because there's no fucking way I'll be able to get past it without like strategizing fully what skills I need, what things I require. Essentially, I don't know. It's yeah. I have no idea. Garen versus Matador, Soup versus Pike, yeah. Hang on a second. I need to do a test real quick. Let's have a look real quick. Yep, that's working. Okay. Because I'm still having issues with my alerts not going off, which is weird. They should be going off. They ain't going off. I'm hella pissed. Alright, let's do a test. See, that works. That fucking works. Why don't it fucking work then just now when you raided? That's super weird. Whatever. Explaining to Shark earlier that fight was ridiculous amount of regen. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not the first enemy with stupid ass regen. The fact that it builds up and stays, it's not like a one-time thing, right? Because the other bosses that I fought had sort of like just a one-time regen. Which is kind of stupid at first because it's a big chunk, but it's one time. That pike had a decreasing regen, so it will have this perk where the first use of like the spell is 14 HP, alright, 14 HP regen, and then it'll have 14, and then the next round 13, 12, 11. If you do the math, that's a lot already. That's a lot of HP regen each round, and there is no way. Here's the thing, right? After a certain amount of rounds, it will do the same spell again, and this stacks. So I think I got to like the fight being down to 9 regen, and then it does the spell again, right? So then it's topped up. It's like 23 HP regen, which means it's an everlasting losing battle because 1, I can't do enough damage. 2, I will die before I do enough damage. Yeah, I know exactly. So I don't know how I'm supposed to get through that. I mean, I could play again, but I don't know. It's kind of bullshit. Anyway, Sundowner announced another 50 billion arms sales to Waskagrad. When will people realize these kinds of superficial faux reformist changes are not some progressive step forward? The arms industry still works the same no matter who is technically in charge. A flood of unprescribed medications lead to an increase in poisonings, overdoses, and deaths. Shark numbers increasing after death of famous restaurant owner. Coincidence? Concert review. 1000 Mod show at the Chaos Theatre was both amazing and mental. Alright, okay. An eldritch waft of air passed through my office earlier, certainly a sign of disorder. We could not determine the correct amount of humans marked today. I leave it up to you. Any humans who seem suspicious have to die. Okay, here we go. Vari never wanted to have children. They have outlived all their friends, relatives, and cats. Sitting in a tiny rental apartment, Vari spends most of the time not bothering to make any new ones. Gil used to be a sad, unemployed person moping at home until they inherited a large sum of money from their great uncle. Now they are a slightly less sad person sitting in casinos avoiding paying taxes from inheritance. Dodgy. As if born to lead in tense situations, Paul enjoys being the backbone of the armed services. After completing several important missions during the Waskagrad conflict, they are now moved on to training recruits. They emphasize having a calm head and thinking things through. Alright. Chi, as they like to be called, enjoys building and restoring muscle cars in their leisure time. It gives them solace in an otherwise monotonous life. They are most proud of their first ever project, the Motorosity, powered by a rare 7.0 litre V8 Hemi 426 engine. Office worker, great. Pauline just quit their high-paying job after saving up a lot of money. Their goal was to get a large enough sum so that they don't have to work for several years. It's generally a nice enough plan, the main drawback being that to pull it off, you'd have to work a very high-paying job to begin with. Die. Die. Live. 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 Alright, I'm choosing those. Paul seems too clean. Too bad. Well, I mean, I forgot what I chose. Okay. As you enter, you notice that Fate's office is empty aside from Lady Poddington snoozing on the table. Oh no, this again? The old-fashioned phone suddenly rings with an ear-piercing metallic clatter. The familiar voice calls out from the static.
Haha, Grim, jolly good. As you may have noticed, I am absent. I decided for a short vacation.
Oh, okay.
It is a weekend, after all, and the free time will be essential for research.
Fine by me, I need the daily
What is
read.
the conduct overview, you may be thinking? To be honest, I cannot be bothered at the moment. Now, I must go submerge myself.
Sweet,
Toodles,
great.
Grim.
Look, wow, okay. Boss going on holiday, yeah, totally. It's fine. Oh. Ooh, hello.
What's with the mask, stranger? Did someone release the plague again? I don't think I've seen you here before. Let me guess. You're in the... human department, right?
How did you guess?
I mean, the dark circles, the vibe like you haven't slept for 1,000 years.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Don't worry, stranger. It gets easier. At least it did for me. For you see, I'm also in the human department.
Another human reaper? I've been dying to meet one for ages.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll meet plenty more, provided you don't get fired. So, I figure you've been here a while by now. How do you feel about the work we do?
Work is work.
Right? I've heard some spawns complain about insane working hours, but they spend all day on their phones.
Yeah.
Doom scrolling on Cocker or whatever that dumb app is called. I haven't opened it in years.
You haven't missed much.
Thought so. I mean, the instructions are the same every day anyway. Kill all door-to-door salespeople. And what do I see in the app? The door-to-door salespeople died. Great! So very engaging. And that's followed by the stories of downright horrible things happening everywhere. No thanks.
I get different instructions every day.
Congratulations?
What do you mean? You ever thought of asking Fate about your never-changing instructions?
I've seen the boss, like, once. Not gonna happen. I bet it's all part of Fate's grandiose plan. The Equilibrium.
Are we gonna smooch a Skell lady? I don't know if there's romance in the books, but we'll see.
And who am I? A mere spawn. Do they, though?
In case reading the news
really?
helps make
I
decisions.
just do what Fate tells me to. The decisions are not mine to make.
A life with no choices and you still haven't given up?
Have you ever heard the inspiring story of Scullifus? I'm guessing you haven't, since it happened way back when we still used rubber stamps instead of markers.
Please carry on with the story.
Okay. So Scullifus spent all day, every day, stamping profiles to live or die. They got a grandiose case of carpal tunnel from all that stamping, but still they kept on going. Every day they'd receive a heap of new profiles, which were basically the same as the ones they'd stamped the day before. Almost as if powering through the carpal tunnel wasn't making any difference. Almost as if it wasn't worth it. Sound familiar? In any case, they kept going. Kept on stamping. Because they had to. Because when you give up, the cosmos, that meaningless entropy, it wins. And I'm never gonna let that happen. Even if it means doing the exact same thing.
That's
day
it?
in, day out.
That's the inspirational story?
That's it, stranger. It inspires me to wake up every day. Besides, as long as the coins keep coming, can we really complain?
You should definitely complain though.
Yeah, real soon I'm gonna complain about how long it takes the bartender to make me a dang drink.
Well, it's good luck with whatever you're doing.
Thanks for the chat, stranger.
Cool.
Anyway, I'm off to sleep. See you later.
See you.
Probably not, though.
Oh, probably not then. Probably won't see you then. Oh, look at this handsome boy.
Why do I smell the rank odor of blood on this hatchling? Perhaps the boss has upgraded the assemblage if we're actually getting worthwhile spawns for a change. What brings you to bask in the glory of Florian the Eradicator, young Predator?
What blood? I'm a good reaper.
Good, evil. Is there a difference when it comes
Jack,
to
what are you
our
doing?
work? Surely not. Don't
It's a
cling
hawk,
to
not a
such
crow. It's the difference.
illusions. This is the work we're born for, and isn't gratification for a job well done good, if you think about it.
Okay.
Oh, to hear their wails of grief brings joy to my withered heart. You know how it feels like, don't you?
I know nothing of the sort.
Deny yourself all you want. It won't make you any more righteous. If this is what helps you sleep at night, who am I to judge? Although, believe me, I do judge.
Judge all you want. I'm shrugging in real life.
Beware. All flesh is temporary. We here provide the herd with an escape from their meat prison.
Meat
It is
prison.
called salvation, or at least the closest thing they'll ever get.
Are you implying you mark people to death all the time?
Of course not. Rules to follow and quotas to fill, as we all must, even if I consider management far too lenient. I just make sure to enjoy every slash and stab. Take pride in a successful exit. For
Okay.
that is what we are born to do, yes. We Deathbringers all have to die.
So what's stopping you from mocking everyone?
Unthinkable. You mean to suggest? I mean, it'd be amazing, yeah. A glorious day.
Great chat, goodbye.
Ciao, little hatchling. Lessons learned, off you go.
Why, if it isn't the young Grimster. Back again to delight my eye.
Hey.
Are you still wearing the same attire from before? Oh, gross. It's been ages.
But the stuff over at Mortimer's is so expensive.
It's not that expensive. Alright, maybe you're not one for fashion. I've got just the thing to help you out. Something I've been holding for a special case. A cool visage to make your day. Check it out later. Crisis averted. Say, how's the grind been treating you since our last chat?
Dunno, it's same as usual.
Doesn't that make you suspicious? All of it lumbering onward, unceasing, unfeeling, a deadly machine grinding lives to dust? Pretty spooky if you ask me. What if the choices made were incorrect?
I have to do what I'm told. I was born for this.
Didn't know you were so rooted in determinism. One ought to heed instincts in collaboration with reason. Sounds twice as powerful to me, yeah? Ah, but what do I know? I'm just the barkeep. So what can I get you?
Keep hearing voices.
That's so. Well, most of us hear voices a lot of the
No,
time.
there's a voice in the mirror.
Ah, wait, so you got a mirror that reflects back your own voice?
No, it's some other voice.
Hey, it's fine to talk to yourself. I'm sure it's rough at the office. Or maybe it's your becoming a Reaper ain't easy, so you haven't fully internalized the struggle, you're not happy with your work, or you sense something's off. But what do I know? I'm just a barkeep, so that makes me only half a therapist.
Someone contacted me using the profile.
Oh? What did this mysterious entity want?
Asked me to mock everyone to death for one.
And you following, or what?
No, I'm more of a rebel. I don't follow orders.
But you follow fate's orders like a whelp. Elsewise, truth be told, I'm of little help. I don't know what goes. What else you got in mind?
Any thoughts on Florian?
That one? Heck. What can I say that you won't glean on your own? They try to act all suave on the surface, but truth be told, they're a proper jerk.
Hell yeah.
Seems to be a common trait these days, though.
They don't seem
You
responsible.
think your profession needed conscientious workers, right? Don't take this the wrong way. I don't often disparage patrons of the Den. We have here a shared experience.
What do you mean by shared experience?
Here's to hoping they won't cause some sort of a major blunder. What else you got in mind?
I'd like a drink.
Sure. What's your poison?
Milk, please.
Going straight edge? I get where you're coming from.
Goosebumps! Tastes like milk. I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Little Reaper. Little Reaper. That's such a weird way to say it.
You're such a scoundrel. There should be a bounty on your head.
Shut up, you love me. I don't have enough money, but Grim Cape. This dark cape is a classic attire for any grim deeds. It's pleasantly warm while offering protection against wind and rain, which you won't actually need as you'll always be stuck in the office. Alright, well, back up we go! Yes! Ow, my hand. Okay. Alright. Your attention is required. I trust you. 5 humans have to die, 1 must be spared. This is of utmost importance. Do be careful to let the right person live. Okay. Office clerk wins local race tournament in spectacular underdog dark horse display, donates prize money to charity. Officer to revise and update the military instruction guide to fit modern standards. Genetically modified crops proven to be a hoax. Use all natural fertilizers. Alright. 5 humans. Student. What are morals? Rudolph is the type of university freshman who has just finished reading a couple of introductory philosophy books and now can't stop talking about how they understand how society, morals, and the world works. You deserve to die. Working in a factory is very monotonous. You almost become a machine yourself, at least that's how Luther feels most days. They go through a set of predetermined motions, one after another. However, this has given them ample time to compose poetry. Ah, that's nice. Nicholas was sent to Cosmopolis City from a rival country to learn national secrets, and nobody suspects them because they are a well-integrated sleeper agent. The S words are hurting me. The success of their mission could prove catastrophic. They built a family for cover, although Nicholas has become increasingly attached to them. Oh. Marianne works at a fintech startup. The boss likes them because they always manage to organize fun team events on zero budget. At home, they dream of royalty on a white steed, sweeping them off their feet while binge-watching environmental docs on MeToo. They love knitting and listening to the band Post-Fornication Pipes. Post-Fornication. Okay, that's a weird one. Don Fiorino tried to model themselves after the old mafia novels and films without realizing those stories are made up by authors who had no connection to or understanding of organized crime. Soon enough, they'll realize there's no honor codes and family bonds. Crime is just crime. I'm not saying that. Not tonight. Ahmad was never happy with the status quo, as in with whatever they currently happen to have. They're always aiming higher and further, experimenting. Alright. I think this is the right guy to live. Everyone else dies. I'm sorry. This is gonna be the case. I'm sorry. Okay, alright, let's go. Oh. As you look around the office, you see Lady Portington lounging supine on the table. The old-fashioned phone rings again right as you settle in. The familiar, if grainy voice can be heard.
Grim, you would not believe the fun I am having.
Yeah, so's your cat.
Such a transformation from the monotony of the office. It almost makes it all seem worthwhile.
Okay.
Yes, you expect your daily summary, but I'd still count. So, off you go.
Okay, thanks, bye. Thanks, boss. Sweet. I'm gonna go buy shit first.
Doubloons will get ye anything, matey.
I know they will get me anything because that's what I'm spending it on.
My, 'tis a true classic.
Rip fashion.
Some blinding storms. Dog eat got lucky to find a whole field of much too warm nowadays, though.
Okay,
so
alright.
you're more than welcome to it.
Okay, same people, huh?
Welcome back, Grimmy. We here got another quiet Sunday on our hands. Au revoir, Lil
Okay.
Reaper.
Oh, yeah, I know. Just the quickest call. But these people didn't change. If you ever get a chance to meet me IRL, can you punch me straight on the face so I can get some sleep? Well, I could slap you. I don't know about punching. I'm not good with punches.
Yes, your grandeur grows. Soon we'll be but mere motes beside
What are you
your
rambling on
blazing-
about now?
Nothing. Carry forth. Already getting a bit late as we speak. The dusk nears.
I'm sorry. Ew? No, old timer, hot dog. Oh. Oh, that's bright. Oh, my face. Ooh, okay, okay. I'm feeling this suit. That's not a bad suit. King of Halloween. Stone Cold Classic. God. Anon. Pearl. Red Christmas. Vampire. Wild. Witch. Ritual. Autumn. Oh nah, we going God, baby. Where's the freaking Cthulhu one? I think there was there we go. No, actually I don't know. No, I was feeling the black on the white. There we go. Okay, loving it. They even change. Oh, that's perfect. I love that. Small attention to detail. Gotta love it. Experimental farmer arrested for poisoning hectares of farmland with homemade fertilizer, land unusable for years to come. Annoying know-it-alls dies from their brain becoming far too smart and big for their skull. Local man dead from poisoning. Intelligence agencies suspect espionage activity. Crime boss gunned down on street by rival mobsters. Escalate turf war. Manufacturing plant grinds to a halt after death of worker. Turns out they were single-handedly keeping it operating. What? The one man that kept doing the same thing over and... Okay. Alright. Simple. It's as if great calmness has enveloped the world. I do not see the need for many deaths today. 2 humans have to die. Okay. Couldn't handle the galaxy brain, I know. Lisa loves to engage in gossip. They have a binder full of information about people living in the house they work at and a separate binder for all the people who visit. Most of the information is sensitive and used to blackmail the wealthy, and they do it all for their children. You still shouldn't blackmail. I hate gossipers. What did the chemists say when they found 2 isotopes of helium? Hehe. It's just one of the jokes you can hear when working with Izusa. They annoy their co-workers with chemistry jokes all day, but they can't be fired since they're incredibly good at their job. Alright, that's like dad jokes. Rust Angelos joined the firefighters primarily to get access to free gym and to woo people in bars by flexing and repeating how they save so many lives. Curiously enough, every time there's a big wildfire, they take sick leave. Okay, you are scum. You are fucking scum. Samir loves the environment and hates littering and non-recycled garbage with fiery passion. They've helped make several waste recycling plants more efficient and constantly educate the public. Okay. I've... Live. Die. Die. I don't care if you're doing it for your kids. I feel like I'm like kind of brute forcing this a little too easily. Hello, boss.
Grim?
How was your break?
Adequate.
Alright.
Now, Let us not... Right. I see the exact... Oh, whatever.
Sorry, have I offended you somehow?
You? No, Grim. You have not.
Thanks.
Why am I... livid? Because the rest of highest management thought it necessary to... remind me that because they thought to admonish me for taking a couple of days to... because, as was reminded, the saying goes... Yes, exactly.
I'm just speeding through this.
Either way, the nerve they have to lecture me on how...
Say nothing.
No matter, Grim. I apologize for taking...
I say nothing. I'm... Right now, I know this... You could do like multiple runs on this, just to get all the different types of reactions and all that. I'm just doing the one that makes everybody happy that I'm, you know, just doing my thing.
Yo ho ho! What can old Mortimer provide you with today?
Nothing, because it's too expensive. Mortimer, give me a discount. I bought so many things from you. Alright, back to work. Oh my Jesus, that's a lot of profiles. My modest excuses, Grim. Right, the situation that everything got all jumbled up in our fax delivery system. You should listen to your gut today. Go with the flow. Okay, do whatever, I'm assuming. Okay. You're Grim. This is Grim. There's a difference. You've spelt it different, in fact. Anyway, breakthrough in bacteriology may lead to bacteria that consume non-biodegradable plastics. Nation's wealthiest prosecuted as damning information surfaces at the house of a dead housekeeper. Firefighter heroically escapes burning bar only to be impaled by a forklift. Local lab tech repeatedly says drop the bass when titrating, wins comedy award. Oh yeah, alright, go with the flow, huh? Alright. Itoro Iloe. Itoro started out playing competitive games they loved, believing themselves when no one else did. They kept getting better, but life kept getting more difficult. Itoro had a really good shot at making it until they got involved in an esports doping scandal. Oh. Yeah, basically. How the boss says it, I'm just like, stop talking. It is a little bit condescending the way he addresses people. He's a bad man. He gonna die. This is the die pile. 10 years, Ayasha has spent gazing through a powerful telescope at the stars all across the universe. Bit by bit, they've become ever more convinced that the whole world is actually some sort of simulation, a realistic reproduction crafted in binary. Alright, cool. You get to live. Because that's kind of mild. Shizuka Arai. Long-distance trucking can be really boring, or frustrating, or meditative. It gives plenty of time to contemplate issues or listen to audiobooks and podcasts. At least that's what Shizuka uses the time for. Their aspiration is to one day not drive trucks across the land. Okay, you're nice. Oh shit, no, don't put that in there. You're nice. Patty Berengar. Patty grew up in a farm outside the city. Post-graduation, they decided to pursue a music career, becoming a respected singer-songwriter. After surviving a stroke, their fingers don't work too well and they feel their mind slipping away bit by bit every day. They're hoping for a way out before it's too late. I guess you're in the die pile. Maria Marisu. Maria works at the Central Cosmopolis University, where they offer administrative help and guidance to undergraduates. Sometimes they help organize academic events. Life keeps them busy, but they still try to find time to engage their passion. Snowboarding. Hell yeah, snowboarding. Joshua Lasker. Well, that's a profile picture. It took a while for Joshua to get hyped about the DigiDoubloon cryptocurrency, which just had a third surprising major rise in value. They love to tell everyone they meet how DigiDoubloon is better than other cryptocurrencies. If they make a lot of money, they plan to open a CrossFit studio. Kind kind of dodgy, I'll think about it sort of area. Kill him. Ryoka participated in a local cooking contest 25 years ago, and it came in second in a tight race, losing due to slight inadequate chocolate tempering technique. What should have been an uplifting experience turned into an unhealthy obsession for tempering chocolate. Also kind of, do you, Aishwarya Sinclair. Aishwarya. Sorry, I've read that wrong. Has been working at local refugee community, helping them get settled and figure out the particulars of the bureaucracy of Cosmopolis City. In their free time, they enjoy lengthy swims. They plan to write a series of novels about the labyrinthine nature of bureaucracy. Alright, I'm gonna put that there. That's a not die pile. Levi Shelfer. Levi sells weapons to anyone in need of them. Their biggest customer, of course, is the military. They have sent lobbyists into governments to make sure there is always a war going on somewhere. However, their grandparents' last wish was for Levi to protect the forests of their homeland, for which Levi has been constantly funneling money. I'm gonna... You get to live. You get to live. I'm off of conspiracies. Let's go. Okay, you guys have to die. I don't like doping in esports. That guy dies. You live. Alright, we're good. Hello, Jack. Welcome back. Alright, let's go back and talk to the boss. Hi, boss.
Grim, welcome. You know, pursuing my art has given me insights. I have been thinking of humanity, of mortality, their importance, worth, and meaning. A disarray of thoughts. Listen, is death really such a bad thing? It would be better for everyone. In fact, do these humans even truly exist?
Right.
Their ephemeral being leads to no relevant outcome. It is all transient, no matter what they do or achieve in life.
Go on, I'll hear you out.
They exist in a state of hubris and arrogance, considering them the center of the universe.
Why does the cat have a human smile? Because it's drawn by furries, that's
Yet,
why.
Without them, the sun still sets and rises. Stars explode, galaxies form, or get torn apart. There are departments even for these.
Unless it's a half tiger, that's why it's got a pretty big mouth like that.
Humans are not the be-all, end-all pinnacle of creation. They are small and insignificant, yet full of themselves. The grandeur of everything will not get superseded by specks of nothing.
I'm not sure that's fully accurate.
It matters not how they live through their subjective experiences, millions upon billions, and technically they are, I suppose, on a minor scale, yet also exceedingly similar, copying each other, living through similar events with similar basic reactions, while the universe is full of endless wonders they cannot and will not even experience or perceive, ever.
But we could help them experience these things.
But why? What would that change? Their presence is not even necessary to validate these events outside their subjective experience or understanding. Do you know the saying, Grim? If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it... Good, yes. Imagine that. Life reduced only to some human vicinity. The ultimate height of arrogance ingrained in them. To imagine their presence to be paramount. The tree does not only sound, it has been sounding a long time. It has grown without anyone present. It has lived a life. None of this requires humanity to be there to bear witness.
don't really agree with what you said.
Then you have much yet to learn. Good night, Grim.
I guess I'm getting paid to listen. Sweet, hell yeah, I got paid to listen to that stuff.
Matey, 'tis an utmost pleasure to see you again.
Better be.
Used to belong to the ruthless Corsair. 'Tis the last Mad Thad landed in, and let's lately look about half the sailors. Then me crew late. The battle was murder. Anyway, 'tis
Alright,
useful
bye.
if you can decide what to eat for dinner.
Oh, oh. No. Yes. And back in the office. Alright. Oh, that falls on this side. Okay. Digi-doubloon value keeps fluctuating wildly. Cosmologist publishes an odd article about the whole of existence being a simulation. Scientific community baffled and amused. Number of armed conflicts decreasing, experts say. Severe drought worldwide seen as existential threat to once booming agriculture. Grim, I must inform you of a severe event. The atmosphere seems to have cracked open figuratively. We'll see what this takes us. 4 humans have to die. Not specific, and I don't care. Alright. 4. So only 1 person lives. Okay. Right. Serena Madsvidal. An avid electronics enthusiast. Serena has continued working as an electrician well into their retirement. Although their grandkids keep telling them to retire, especially due to bad eyesight, the love for the job will always win. Okay, that's pretty good. Magnus is an experienced brewer who produces artisan beer. Their specialty is microbrew, but they also have experimented with nano and pico brew. They are currently building an experimental brewery capable of producing femtobrew. I have no idea what that is. Dodgy as hell. Vivian Kennedy works with children with learning disabilities and helps them learn musical instruments. They also sing in a choir. At home, Vivian takes care of their 4 wonderful cats. That's nice. Ejiri Sugimoto. Ejiri. A generational farmer, Ejiri has taken care of their family's ranch since their adulthood. The ranch itself has seen better days, with most of the livestock lost to severe drought and the machinery completely dilapidated. Ejiri is trying desperately to restore the ranch in working order with their small family. Najendra. Jamil began their career as a customer support agent in a well-known corporation's overseas branch. They climbed up the corporate ladder and are now looking to keep the branch running through economic difficulties. They're currently visiting in Cosmopolis trying to negotiate additional funding. Oh no. Okay, first of all, you gotta die because you got bad eyesight. You die because alcohol. And I love alcohol myself. Out of these 3, I don't know who lives. The lady who have cats, this guy who's trying to make a better farm, or this dude that's trying to do... I don't care about... Get out of here. Okay, Vivian Kennedy, let's go. She has to die. Alright, well. But Shark has bad eyesight. It's fine, don't worry about it. You're not on the list. Yet. Alright, okay. And let's go get our pay. I don't know why we have to keep going up here, but we have to get paid.
Ah, the beginning. It has the sweet taste. It is a captivating day, is it not, Grim?
Not really. Something bad is going on in the world.
Indeed. Alas, transformations often require sacrifices. Do you agree?
Continue.
My high spirits leave me at a loss for words.
What about my daily reviews?
Who cares, Grim? They are a bore.
What am I supposed to do now?
What you always do, Grim. I trust you to make. I, myself, must concentrate. The
Okay,
news have struck me.
he's starting to be bored about doing the reviews all the time,
While there is still time.
which is kind of sad, but oh well.
If I ever return to the seas, I'd have ye on me crew anytime.
I don't have enough money. Bye. Going to bed. And going back to work. Do your job. Okay. The oceans are boiling, suddenly gonna affect international trade. 6 humans. Torrential rains pellet unusually arid deserts, causing massive mudslides. Young cow gives life to save ranch owner from barn fire. Economic wonderkin found dead in local park. Officials suspect heart heat stroke. More and more people dying of starvation in developing countries. Local teacher found dead at home where cats had been nibbling on her. Local electrician electrocuted after cutting wrong wire. Famous burger joint St. Bronx under scrutiny by Ethics Commission. Alright. 6 people have to die. Ron Marcuse. Ron went on a backpacking trip around the world to discover themselves. After a year of being broke, homeless, and unhappy, they found themselves back at home, where they decided to take up some nice and quiet sheep herding. Alright, that's good. Sigismund Campanella. Sigismund is haunted by the suicidal people they've had to run over, even though there's nothing they could have done. They started writing a series of romance novellas about a nihilistic food delivery person and a religious library worker. In a climactic moment, one of them saves the other from jumping in front of a subway train. Oh no. Oh, that's Henny Vivek. A life of crime has been Henny's life since they were born. Part of a gangster family, they have taken flight with much of their supposedly shed wealth and are looking to spend the rest of their days in an apocalypse bunker. Henny is being actively hunted by the rest of the family in a vendetta. Okay, kind of here. Vana Goksu. Vanna is a person of simple pleasures. They are living out their retirement in the rural areas of Cosmopolis City, waiting for not much else than the sun to rise the next day. They enjoy reading science fiction books and crafting lucky charms. You old. Hang on, I need to drink some water. Ildo Sylvia. As the world's oceans grow more hostile, Ildo has undertaken a top-secret solo mission to nuke what is remaining of the polar ice caps in a wild attempt to cool down the planet. Ever since being a young student, they have always dreamed of saving the world and being completely misguided in how to do it. Oh, you hella dead. You dead as hell. David Long. David enrolled in the university to learn computer science, but as of late, their grades have been dropping. Instead of studying, they've become absorbed by the recent hypothesis that of the whole world actually being a very convincing simulation. Oh no, we've encouraged. Vasily Aroldo has been serving tables since they enrolled in college to pay tuition fees. They constantly dream of a better world, longing for their childhood's simpler times. They plan on taking a gap year after finishing college to see the world as troubled as is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm gonna let this guy do his thing. You defo die. You have to die. You too die. And you. And that you too. And you're the last boy. Sorry about this. Oh, good night, Shark. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. Rest well. And we go. Get paid. Get paid. There we go.
Grim, I find myself at an impasse. Lend me your thoughts.
Okay.
Should my prose be more experimental? Or should I stick to traditional narrative technique?
What are you on about?
Technique, composition, style, method, structure. Effet de rire, oui or not? It can go either way. Your blank stare tells all.
Haven't you seen what's happening in the world?
No, not really. I have been most occupied. Oh, fine. Let us take a look at the situation. My, so much chaos. Pain and suffering are off the charts. Everything is on fire, while ice invades from the polar zones. How did that even happen? And the ultimate ecological masterpiece. And in the center of it, Kathleen Holmes. What can I say? Things do not seem to be going well at all.
I thought your rules were supposed to stop this.
Are you sure you followed them properly? To the letter?
Maybe, I don't know. It's unclear.
What is done is done. Off to work, Grim. Certainly you have
Great.
no time to waste now.
So clear. So clear in my life. I know what I'm doing.
How
Clearly.
many times have we met? I lost all count.
Fuck! Never enough. Okay, alright. Read this. Hope you read this post haste. This is the first. An entire continent has turned into a desert. There are not many humans left there. Now is the final hour. Okay. Absurd scene as notorious mafia family seemingly massacred itself with infighting. Deranged scientists crushed by stolen nuclear warhead in Cosmopolis Harbor. Authorities utterly baffled. World leaders warn of radicalization as disaster looms over human habitats. Falling supply chains cause starvation deaths all over country. Elderly people hit the hardest. Local fast food establishment raided by looters. Staff beaten with one dead from injuries. Collision throws 2 subway trains off elevated tracks. Both operators dead. Even if the world is a simulation, the car hitting you is still real enough to be fatal. Oh my gosh, okay. Rio has been aggressively advocating for a new radical policy which completely eliminates all taxes. Any and all vocal opponents are mercilessly mocked. I mean, what did taxes ever do for us anyway? Gaetana, nicknamed Gal, was groomed from an early age to take over the family business, which happens to be one of the largest food and beverage companies in existence. In their free time, they enjoy long-distance hiking and survivalist exercises. Juan Alejandro Dominguez. Juan worked as a diplomat in southern Palagua for over 20 years, spending this time drinking heavily, yet they were never recalled from the position. They decided for an early retirement. These days they work as a yacht captain, taking tourist dolphin spotting off the coast of Milaya. They still drink like a sponge. Alright, die. Food must go on. Go, yes. Oh fuck. It's killing me. Drinking accident, hell yeah. Alright.
Hello, Grim. I have been absorbed in my work. Tell me, how goes it out there?
It's just probably spiraling out of control.
Fate unconstrained. Endless rows of industrial smoke. My. It truly looks like the end.
I feel like a total failure.
Now. Do not be so hard. Goodness, look at the time, Grim. Precious.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get paid.
Enjoy your night.
I don't actually know what day it is.
Ever wonder if there's a way to do things differently?
Give me the infernal illuminator.
The base, the marble plate of yore. The arms melted from the cannons of a galleon. A socket, a shell of a ferocious sea monster. The shade made from the skull of the beast of Hogward. The coil bent from the thorns of a rose bush in Guyana. Aye, me drinking buddy. He also loved to spark. Pranked him right back by knocking his teeth out.
Great, love that humor. That was expensive lamp. That was. All right, back to work. Okay. Oh. CEO of Best Foods Inc. steps down as company valuation takes massive tumble due to worldwide food shortages. Retired diplomat dies of cirrhosis, claimed it was a life well spent before passing. Unrest grows as world population faces imminent collapse. Insanely thorough science report shows mankind is utterly doomed. Apocalypse Now. Unbeknownst to themselves, human society has finally collapsed. Whatever normalcy and humanity was left in the world is swiftly fading. The few remaining humans have to die. Okay. Interesting. Yafei has finally gathered enough data to postulate that humanity is completely unable to cope with recent ecological changes. They recently published their work on social media in the hopes of leaving a warning for next generations, if there are any. Scythe has been hitting the punching bag a lot lately, leaving out many frustrations of their life, one of them being lower than expected results in matches as of late. One side, they've grown more interested in the usual simulation of world hypothesis. Okay, alright. I mean, she sent the message anyway, so that's fine. Alright. I'm the Deathbringer, baby.
It is growing quieter, Grim. Not much left now.
No, nothing left.
The last day the planet is virtually uninhabitable. The few remnants choking. It is a bit of a somber moment, now that I think about it. I have been with them for so long. Anyway, and crucially, my book is nearing completion.
Oh god, how did I screw up so badly?
Maybe the answers lie in the book. Leave me to my grand labor, Grim.
I failed so badly. I didn't even get paid. The rules. Come to the last. Last human must die. Stumble. Okay. Sign up for wiki newsletter. Despondent boxer throws himself off bridge. Letter found at home reads. None of it is real anyways. Now that you are not here, now that we longer talk, sooner it'll be over. Well, alright. You hella did. That's it. I'm just an obedient worker.
The last day, Grim. The last choice.
There was only one human.
Very factual, as usual. One human is not enough to save the species, after all. But we ought not prolong the suffering of the last one. No need for such.
What went wrong? I still don't get it for some reason.
Really, Grim? It should seem fairly obvious. The great dying is by my design. But why, you ask?
I didn't, but sure, why go ahead?
I have grown tired of it all. It is all meaningless.
Yeah?
Do you know how long? I am exhausted. Then I could be free. No need for an equilibrium. This office will not be necessary. And we can all fade away.
Total annihilation because you feel bad. Wow, that's some egotism.
Your hollow judge. Off you go, Grim. Do what you wish with these final hours.
Wow.
We
just got the achievement stonks. Global warming. Society's falling. The world exploited. Humanity wiped out. Well, as you powerlessly wait to fade away. Oh, they even did my suit. That's cool. Because I had the cloak and the...
Fellow traveler, that was fun, wasn't it? The choices, the excitement. Admittedly, ye did largely screw everything up. The world is in shambles and all. Can't really change that. But I can offer... There ye will again find every friend and enemy, hope and error. Knowledge and loot will remain, of course. Otherwise, 'tis the eternal recurrence of all things.
A new chance. Oh god, what? Skip the intro.
Finally. What a momentous day. I am honored to welcome you into our world. I am Fate. I am the keeper of world order.
Okay, that was very sudden. Percentage of players who have endings. Fired. Chaos. Low prosperity. Low ecology. I'm sorry? What? Okay. Wow. That's cray-cray. Alright, I guess I'm gonna end it here. I will definitely play this again. This is fun. There's different endings to get, which, you know, really jimmies up my need to get all the achievements now. If you have something like this in your game, I'm definitely gonna try and achieve all of them. So I'm gonna have to end it here. Mostly because, well, one, it's like 1 in the morning and I'm very tired. Last night I didn't like sleep until 5 in the morning. I was talking to Arya about stuff. But anyway, yeah. This is gonna be it from me here. Back. Quit. Alright, okay. So let's go raid somebody. Let's get Big Mud up. Okay, let's get hella Big Mud. Big Mud. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we know Mortis is alive, but who else is alive? Oh, Mortis is playing Control, and I know Jack loves Control, so I mean maybe she's there already, I don't know. So let's raid Mortis. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna play this tomorrow, for sure. Absolutely. It's really fun. I mean, you see me rush through this stuff because I can kind of read faster. I'm not dictate faster, but I can read faster than Fate talking, so I kind of like lose patience very quickly, especially if you talk slower. Anyway, thank you again so much for joining me on a new game. Maybe I'll play this tomorrow, maybe I'll play something else, maybe just do some actual chill time. Never know, because I don't plan these things, and yeah. Hope you guys stay chill, be chill. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.